Welcome back to the Angry Man Podcast with Jason and Greg. Jay, as usual, is having technical difficulties. We need for him to straighten up his shit.
Really,
How are you
really,
guys? How
yeah,
is
it's on you,
everybody out there
man.
today? Everybody feeling good today? Jason, do you feel good today?
Feeling good, feeling great. How are you?
I am doing amazing, man. Things are fantabulous here. The Texans are just starting. I was trying to get this thing started a little bit earlier, man. I know people are gonna be on the football today. Like we said last week, we're gonna probably do like an hour. We just wanted to make sure that we brought you guys content. So we did not want to leave you guys hanging. You know what I'm saying? We wanted to make sure we had that fresh content out here and connected with everybody today. So we got 18 people in the building. You just walked in. Make sure that you smash the like button or the dislike button if you don't like the content, but make sure that you are engaging with the content. And Jay, we got to go through the list. We see some people in the chat. So who do we got here? All things in the building. What's going on? Jab Queen Boxing. What's going on, Jab Queen Boxing? I need to. Am I subscribed to you, Jab Queen? Let me go to your channel. I need to see if I'm subscribed to you. I am not, but I am now. Um,
Facts.
who else we got in the building? Skillsmatic, Wesley Lewis. Who else we got? Who else we got? Adrian. What's going on, Adrian? Yeah, that's me. What's up? Al the Pal, Blue Eye Soul. What's going on with your Blue Eye? That's one of our members there. Appreciate you, fam. Who that? Jay Wallace
Andre,
in the building. DeAndre Grant in the building. HLD1 in the building. Jay. All right. So let's jump into this one. Now, Jay, you know that Keyshawn Davis is, of course, he's one of your favorite fighters, and definitely one of mine. Am I lying? Is that not true?
you lying, but continue.
All right. So you can say what you want to say, but we already know that Keyshawn is one of your favorite fighters. And so Keyshawn, um, and I don't even have the thing up here. I think I'm gonna start this one over, even on the live stream. That's just how good I am, Jay.
But I'm the one of the technical issues. This guy
There,
here.
there, there are no. Hey, this doesn't have anything to do with technical issues. You already know that. We just got a whole lot of things that's going on that I always got to manage. You know that. Um, man, why you trying to put me out there on Front Street, brother?
You, you put me out there as soon as it started. Well, they don't have technical issues.
Say what?
Yeah, I just returned fire, bro. That's all. I just returned fire.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
That's
Anyway,
it. Ugly ass
uh,
shit.
yeah, it's the same back to you, brother. That ugly ass shirt on that you have that you seem to have to wear now every fucking live.
Such
We get
language,
it.
man. Be
We get
better.
it. We get it. Miami's in the playoffs. Congratulations.
Be better. Be
Good
better,
Lord,
man.
man. Goodness gracious. I mean, you gonna wear the shirt every weekend, man? I mean, damn. I mean, I'm just saying. All right. So
Be
now
better.
let's do
Sorry
this.
ass team. Let's go, man.
Yeah, that's that. I mean, hey, look, man, that's cool. That's cool, Mike. That's cool. But yeah, now let's jump into this. Keyshawn
That's where
Davis.
you
Yeah, Keyshawn Davis. So, like I mentioned before, Jay, we already know that he's your favorite fighter. Um, you got an affinity for Keyshawn. As a matter of fact, it feels like you have an affinity for that whole crew. You respect them as fighters. You respect them as human beings. You respect that crew. Um, Keyshawn, I like Keyshawn. I've always liked Keyshawn because I think within that crew, I think he's the most outspoken, which I think sells. I think he's the most straightforward and transparent, which I like. I like people who are straightforward and transparent and don't try to fake the funk. Like now, he dibbles and dabbles on each side, right? One minute he'll say something like he'll beat up the midget and Tank, right, Jay? The
mm-hmm.
next minute he gives Tank his flowers because all of them getting money because of Tank. Then the next minute he truly feels he'll knock Tank out. So he kind of flip flops back and forth, but he at least shows some modicum of like realism in his life. He doesn't just fool himself completely. So that's why I like him. Now, he's had a bad stretch, we know, over the last year? With the whole
A good year,
situation
yeah.
with the whole situation with his
A little
brother.
less than a year, yeah. After Dennis Belichick, that's when everything just started going down.
Yeah. So he had that situation. He ended up getting into the fight with the Albrights because his brother lost. And then he missed weight by how much was it? 4 pounds?
Like about 4 pounds, yeah.
Yeah. So tough situation. So I always felt that, Keyshawn may have just been. I mean, Keyshawn looks big. As a matter of fact, Shakur Stevenson looks big too. Am I lying? Shakur looks big to me.
Yeah.
1 minute he's a small guy, the next minute he says he's a big guy, then he says he's a small guy, then he's back to a big guy. It all depends on the narrative that he's making. But Keyshawn absolutely looks pretty big to me. So I just assumed that he missed weight. Then Keyshawn came out. I think it was on Andre Ward and Roy Jones show where he said that he had been drinking the entire time, drinking all during the camp. And it's funny because I didn't see much criticism out there in the Twitterverse as it relates to him drinking. When Errol was having his situation when he was doing what he was doing, Errol, as I know it, was not drinking during camp. Keyshawn literally going out and having fifths of hen during camp, but no criticism. I was like, wow,
allegedly.
Keyshawn's doing all that, man. He's drinking like that and doing all that. But now his coach, ex-coach, maybe wasn't his coach at all. Who knows? Because you never know what with this guy, in my personal opinion. But Bernie the boxer has some statements that he wanted to make in regards to this. And I want to play the statements here real quick, Jay, because I thought that they were interesting. So let me pull it up. And let me get this clip here. I'm going to make sure I play it in the window that you can hear it. So this is from somebody posted it on Twitter. Let me unmute it. Let's see.
Yeah, but like I said, I didn't see no signs of that. I don't think none of us could have seen no signs of that in the preparing to the De Los Santos fight. I don't know that. Maybe in the fight before that, in the camp before that, the guys might have had to counsel about some things which, I wasn't privy to and didn't hear anything about. But I know for the De Los Santos fight, I didn't see anything out of the ordinary for that fight, And like I said, he said he was drinking so much, that's why he couldn't make the weight. And I never even heard that he drunk. I never seen him take a drink. I never heard that he drink or nothing. And to drink every day during a training camp the way we put him in is crazy. I don't know how he was able to sustain himself, for that time. And if I'm being honest, he wasn't 4 pounds overweight at first. He wasn't. So,
well, that's news.
He decided that it wasn't a thing he wanted to. He decided he wasn't going to make the weight. So I don't know what that was a decision on him. Like I said, he basically said that he couldn't make the weight. He said in other interviews, he said I couldn't make the weight. He said that even when he was after the De Los Santos fight, he said it. I just didn't want to do it. So it was basically on him. He didn't want to make the weight. So whether he blamed it on drinking, whether he blamed it on the mental aspect of things, he just didn't want to make the weight.
Why wouldn't he want to make the weight, Jay?
Don't know, my brother. I wish I knew. I don't know if he didn't want to smoke with De Los Santos. But
that's what it sounds like.
That makes sense. It don't make sense. I mean, some people are gonna push back and say, well, he said he was drinking every day. I'm like, to Bernie's point, if you're drinking every day and you going through those type of workouts in preparation, ain't no way in hell Bernie's not gonna be able to see the difference. You can't work out when you're inebriated. You can't. Not to the fullest, because you're gonna be puking. The amount of type of boxing training they do, you're gonna be puking like ASAP. So I don't get that he's drinking every day. Not every day. That doesn't make sense. And Bernie's like, nah, he won 4 pounds early at first. So all of a sudden you just blow up. So I'm like, I think he'd have been better off not trying to make him seem like he's a victim or want people to feel sympathy for him. Hey, just say, look, man, I missed weight. I blew the weight. Oh, well, I'm at 147 now or 140 now, going to 147 and move on with it. We're trying to get all people to feel bad for you, talking about the mental issues on this because that's why you miss weight. You drinking every day? Nah, I'm not getting that. Nah, something's up. Something's up, bro.
No, it sounds weird, man. It sounds weird. I don't know why. First of all, why is Bernie even on there talking about it? Like, was Bernie really in camp? I mean, seriously. Like, what is Bernie actually doing? What is he doing? Bringing them water? What is he bringing them coffee every day? Bringing the donuts early in the morning to make sure that everybody feels good and fed? Like, what is Bernie really doing in camp? Like, seriously. Yeah, I said it. I said it,
He
Bernie.
part of the camp, man.
What?
We don't know what he do. We don't know to what magnitude, but he's part of the training camp, man, with Bo Mac and them. Bo Mac and them boys.
Well, whatever. But I will say this. Jay, I know because you used to be an alcoholic when we were in college. You remember we used to go out? I'm just saying. You remember after your binges on Fridays and Saturday nights, that next morning you get up and try to go work out. And dude, it was really tough because even when you got alcohol in your system 12 hours later, since the last time you drunk, you can't run and sweat and all that stuff. So how are you doing it all during camp? It makes no sense whatsoever. That part I do agree with Bernie. And I think Bernie is implying that he missed the weight because he didn't want to fight. He didn't want to fight.
Yeah. Now the reason why he didn't want to fight is the question. Was it because he didn't want to smoke with De Los Santos? Was he scared? Or I mean, I don't think he was scared because De Los Santos hadn't fought in 2 years? He damn near had a career-ending issue with the blood clots. He had a hurt hand after fighting Kerr. So it doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense.
Who knows? I don't know. See, this is what I don't like, though. See, this is what I'm talking about right here. You got Jason Williams in here talking about I'm a hater. I'm just putting two and two together. I ain't never seen Bernie train what fighter Bernie was training? I mean, I'm not talking about the cats at the Boys and Girls Club. I saw him training them at the Boys and Girls Club. I'm talking about a real fighter.
I saw him holding mitts for somebody.
Yeah, little Tyrone from the Boys and Girls Club. Hell, you see him holding mitts, man. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Stop the cap. Yeah, they always talking about I'm hating, man. That ain't no hate. I like Bernie. I invited Bernie on the show.
Bernie's entertaining. I give him that. He's very entertaining.
Don't come in the comment section talking.
I don't know where this came out though. You know, him talking about Keyshawn and Keyshawn getting in his feelings. Telling, well, you the OGs. You're supposed to keep my secret. Hey, it's on Front Street now. You just better show up on January 31st, Keyshawn, when you fight Jermaine Ortiz. That's what you better do. And you better not come in overweight neither. 420 Weedy Gonzalez.
He ain't lying.
He at the YMCA back in the 90s.
He ain't lying. That when he was training, man. Come on, man. Hey, how them cats in Memphis say, come on, man. Come on, man.
Oh, man.
Come on. We know that man ain't doing. He ain't train nobody, man. He just no Bo Mac. And they let him come by the gym. That's it. All right.
Oh man. Hey, Jason Wood said that's why you can't set foot nowhere in Nebraska. Them goons gonna get you. Them Bernie goons gonna get you. Bo Mac goons gonna get you.
I can go to Nebraska if I want to, fam. I can go to Nebraska.
When you come back though, you can go, but when you come back,
might not. But you got to be strategic. See, it's not like I'm not a big enough personality for people to be watching out for me. So if I don't have any reason to go up to Nebraska at all, therefore I'll never be in Nebraska or near Nebraska. However, if I ever, in the event that I ever have to be anywhere near Nebraska, I'm going to look up the gym and I'm going to take a picture right outside the gym, chillaxing. Man, them boys love me in Nebraska, man. Come on, man. I heard Bo Mac cool, actually. I don't think Bo Mac crazy at all. I heard Bo Mac real chill. This is what I heard. I don't know if that's true, but I heard Bo Mac real chill. I heard Crawford chill. You know, I talked to his cousin. His cousin was like, man, he'll probably press you. You know what I'm saying? He might slam you a couple of times, but he ain't gonna beat you up. I said, all right, man, I could probably survive a couple slams on my head. And after that, we can have a conversation. I have gotten older. I don't know if, yeah, you're right. I might not be able to take it.
Bruh, right? We at the age right now, we sneeze wrong. We might crack a rib or some shit. So
Yeah.
I ain't getting slammed on my head by nobody now. We just gonna talk this shit out. Play some spades or something, man.
Yeah, that's true,
We
man.
ain't slamming. Nah. Let's go. Let's put up spades. Let's do that.
That's true, Mike. Greg, they say Nebraska got the best farmers market. You might want to check them out. I'm pretty sure they got the best farmers market. And women built like refrigerators.
Oh man, hey, don't turn to Charles Barkley now, man. With San Antonio, big old women and stuff, man. Don't do that, dude.
Oh,
Don't do that.
I'd have been to San Antonio. Those women ain't big like that. Nebraska women, man, they call them corn huskers. Husker is right.
You damn sure can't step foot in Nebraska now. By men or women gonna mess you up.
Nebraska is a tough place, man. It's a real tough place. I don't want any of that smoke there, man. I don't want any of it. All right, Jay. We don't have a defined list today, but I think there were topics that we probably wanted to cover, right?
Yeah.
So where you want to go, man? You want to talk a little bit about Brian Norman Jr. and Senior. I can't remember if the news came out last weekend and we talked about it during our live or this weekend. I can't remember. I want to say
Came out this week.
it came out this week, right? Okay, so let's talk about that.
Yeah.
Brian Norman Jr., Brian Norman Sr. Oh man, this hurt my soul, y'all. This hurt my soul. But before we jump into this topic, we need to make sure that you guys smash the like button or the dislike button if you don't like the content, but make sure that you are engaging with the content. Let me see how many people in the building. We got 48 people in the building. We got 48 people in the building on an off time. That's pretty good, man. That's pretty good. Y'all make sure y'all smash the like button, man. Smash that like button so other people can find the content. You know, Jay, it took me a little while to talk about. Yeah, we got to talk about Junior and DJ. We're gonna talk about it. It took me a little while to kind of really formulate my thoughts. When we actually did that video that day, I really couldn't really articulate what it was that I wanted to say. And then, you know, later that day, Cam Walker's dad called me, and we chopped it up, and he's very close with that camp. And then also later on that day, I didn't talk to Brian Norman Sr. We exchanged a bunch of text messages, myself and Brian Norman Sr. And you know, I didn't want to, you know, for me, and I know he went on Mill City, but for me, Jay, I didn't want to bring him on to talk about something like that, just because of the situation. You know what I'm saying? Like I genuinely like them as people. And so, you know, I don't know. There's a level of, even though it's boxing related, there's a level of drama associated with it. So I kind of didn't want to really touch it. Just, you know, having interactions with them. When I heard the video, the interview from Brian Norman Jr., my first impression was he was taking accountability, but also pushing some of the blame to Senior, with making comments like, after the fact, you know, I wouldn't tell somebody to go out there, go after them right then, and then, you know, saying stuff like, you know, there were people at the gym and he didn't invite them. I can tell you, I came up to the gym and his dad invited me, or I told his dad that I wanted to connect with him. He told me to come up to the gym. I can tell you during the time that I showed up to the gym, Brian Norman was not working out. He had completed a workout. He was just chilling. We were all in there just chilling. So during that time period, he also told me he was super locked in. So, you know, my thing is, sometimes you're going to win, sometimes you're going to lose. And when you win or lose, everybody's going to have to accept some of the blame, right? Because when you lose, everybody has a little bit of the blame, right? Somebody could have coached better. Somebody could have threw a punch better. Somebody could have followed instructions better. Somebody could have gave instructions better. All of that is the case. Now, in talking with Brian Norman Sr., I don't want to say, I could tell you, I don't want to go into the details of what was said, but he was very upbeat, um, understood the situation, understood that his son is a man and needed to make his own decision. And although probably didn't like the decision, and this is just what I'm saying because he didn't say this to me specifically, or at least I don't remember him saying this to me specifically, but um, accepted the situation. So I respect it. I blame Greg too. No, ain't got nothing to do with me. I ain't do nothing. I'm not a part of the camp. All I do is cover it. But they place. I feel like blame is being placed on him, and I think to my senior, and I think it's unfair. And then there were some other things that ended up happening that I found out through conversations that night. I'm not going to go into, but there was a lot of stuff that was going on over there in Saudi, man. That was kind of out of the ordinary. That kind of mess with his head and stuff. And so,
Yeah.
so it's unfortunate. And but I think both those guys are stand up guys, and I hope everything works out. Do you have anything to say about that before we jump into this whole Derek James?
Yeah. I mean, I was hoping to hear that Senior was still going to be in the camp with Junior. But I mean, maybe it's just best with Senior's personality. I guess it's best for him not to be there so he don't overstep and cause issues with whoever the new person that's going to be in Junior's side as a head trainer. Um, I didn't like the fact that I know Junior said that he's a soldier. He's just going to do what he's told, but you still gotta you just can't go out there all willy nilly though. He took accountability for his not respecting Dev. Not respecting Dev as a fighter, as a man, pretty much up until that he was believing into his own juice. The whole Kool-Aid that he was sipping on the Kool-Aid that was being out of the rat poison out there, saying how great he is. All it takes is just that one left hook, and Devin was successful against Ryan Garcia with the left hook, so he's going to be knocked out by Brian with it. It turned out that wasn't the case. But I'm happy that they both said that they talked. They're still cool. If they're cool with Senior not being in the corner in that capacity, and they still move forward, that's all that matters for me. I don't like seeing the father-son split, but as long as they're cool with it, it's not any vitriol, venom, nothing like that. I'm cool with it.
Yeah, Senior told me that if he really wanted him in the corner, he would be there. Just so you
Yeah.
So he wouldn't abandon him. Of course he wouldn't abandon him. I mean, that's his son.
Nah.
He told me that multiple times during the text message. That's my son. So I mean, it is what it is. We'll see what ends up happening moving forward. And just because he's not the head coach right now doesn't mean he won't be the head coach in the future, because we've seen splits between fathers, Jack Mosley, Shane Mosley, Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Senior, Roy and Big Roy. So we'll see. Derek James.
That's interesting.
Can I give you my real thoughts, Jay? Chat, can I give you my real thoughts? I struggle with not being transparent. I really do. I struggle with not being transparent. I'm not high on Derek James anymore. Ever since I saw what happened, to EJ, I'm not high. I'm not high on Derek James.
What about Charlo? Oh, that's right, Charlo. Yeah. What about Frank? Oh, AJ, AB. She's still winning.
Got AB, and I don't think she looks good, but I don't know if I don't know if I can attribute that to Derek James. So I am not
different.
I am not high on that. I told you this the other day, and Chad, I'm curious. As a matter of fact, I think I'm gonna put a poll on this. Let me put a poll up right now, because I'm curious, man. I'm curious. And I'm gonna list one of the people that this person told me should train. Let's see.
Yeah, I mean, good thing about it, DJ doesn't have any crazy distractions in this camp right now. Since Ryan ain't in there no more, you know. So I mean,
Now this last one was one that was suggested to me, and I said, that's actually an interesting thought. What do you guys think about that?
We just got a super chat.
Yeah, Blue Eye Soul hit us with the $4.99. Let me know the first punch. Didn't B. Norman Sr. say he wasn't playing second fiddle to nobody? Yeah, he said that he wasn't going to play second fiddle to anyone, but he told me directly if Junior really wanted him to be in his corner, he would be.
Yeah.
Somebody put Buddy McGirt in there. Somebody mentioned to me they thought that Lamont Roach Sr. would be a great trainer for him. I like Calvin Ford. I like Lamont Roach Sr. Buddy McGirt is a
I like all them
trainer.
twisters, honestly.
I'm not interested in DJ.
Buddy's in Frank's corner right now. He's training Frank. So,
but Derrick James leads here, man. Derrick DJ 40%, man. So you DJ folks, tell me. So that's 4 people actually, because it's only 10 people that voted. But why Derrick James? What about Derrick James?
I mean, he built 2 champions.
Who?
And an undisputed champion in Charlo. Charlo was undisputed. And EJ had 3 out of 4 belts.
Well, he built EJ because he got EJ from a kid, but he got Charlo as an adult, didn't he?
Yeah, Charlo loved Ronnie Shields, but I mean, Charlo's style was different also. I mean, I think the temperament is probably the best for DJ, the way DJ's style and temperament is. That probably matches good with Junior.
I mean, it could work out, man. I'm just, after I saw what happened to my dude, Spence, man, I ain't feeling it. So
yeah, it looks like people, Jab Queens, they said like what he's doing with Alicia Baumgartner. Pork Chop, man, go play in traffic, dude.
No, I did. I turned on him. It's true. I told you, man, I'm fully transparent. Yeah, I turned on him. I'm a results-oriented person. The results tell me that maybe I shouldn't be, man, look at that stretch. Frank, Charlo, EJ, Ryan. Man, Ryan looked like trash against Devin. It's just that Devin trash.
It's Ryan, though, man. It's Ryan. Ryan looked like trash against Rolly. That one DJ.
Who was it then?
I don't think that was DJ with Ryan.
Yeah, it was.
It was?
It was
sure?
DJ. Yeah, I'm sure.
My bad. I take that back then.
Come on, man. Damn, Greg. Damn you hard, Greg. He got an EJ successfully his whole career. Yeah. And I would give him full credit for that if EJ didn't lose so poorly at the end. Crawford shouldn't have beat Errol Spence that bad, man. That wasn't that big a gap in skills. Come on, man.
Hey, man. You can only tell people do so much. Even like with Frank. He was telling Frank what to do, but Frank wouldn't do it.
Then that's the coach's fault. That's the coach's fault. He doesn't have the ear of the fighter. I don't want to hear that shit.
That's the fighter fault for not listening to the right instructions.
No. If there's multiple fighters that are not listening, that's the coach.
Then that's the fighters, man. He can only tell them what to do.
Man, fuck all that. It's his fault.
So you want fighter just to go out there blindly and not listen to the coach? You want to fight and not listen to the coach?
No. What am I saying? You should listen to your coach, but if the fighter's not listening to the coach, that's the coach's fault because the coach has not been able to inspire the fighter or connect with the fighter. It's the same way with a coach in football, a coach in basketball.
Man. That's the fighter fault. That's the fighter fault. I'm not putting that on the coach. If the coach is telling you what to do correctly, that's on the fighter, not the coach.
No, yes it is. If the coach cannot reach you, I don't care if you have the right message. If you don't know how to actually tell the person and reach them, that's you. That's you.
How is that on me?
Bro, I
can't make you drink the damn water. I give you water to drink. I can't make you drink that damn water.
No. If you have a professor and the professor does not know how to reach the person in terms of the material and how they're going to intake it, that's the professor. That is
If you're
the
not
professor.
applying it, if you're not applying what I taught you,
no. That's two different things. Like if I'm telling you, hey, you need to do this, and I don't respect you to the extent that I'm listening to you, regardless of what you're telling me, that's on you. Especially when you see it on multiple occasions.
Frank even said, Frank, I heard what he's saying. I just couldn't do it. Why couldn't you do it?
Nah, man, he was just trying to help him. He was just trying to help him out, man. He was like, man, I don't believe in what you're saying.
I get what you say. I get what you say. You need someone to have your ear to a certain degree, but I can't put all that on the coach.
It's all on him. It's all on him. Once I see it more than one time, it's on him. When I see it more than one time, it's on him. It's just like with a coach. If I see a football coach and every place I see him at, his team is undisciplined, that's the coach.
I'm getting rid of the team. I'm getting rid of players. Get off my team.
And when you bring in some new players, they're going to do the same thing because it's you.
No, they're not. No, they're not.
Fuck out of here, man. Blue
Eye Soul. I guess you speaking off experience, huh?
Blue Eye Soul say he should go with Bomac and Snack.
Why he had to put Snack in there, though?
Say what now?
Why he had to add Snack in the program.
Man, they talking about you can bring the horse to water, but you can't make him. He ain't bringing him to the water. The point is, listen. I'm going to use that analogy. Hey, you need to drink this water. This is good water for you. You can't convince the horse of something that he needs to actually sustain himself and survive. That should be an easy sell. If you can't sell it, that's you.
No. I had clients. I fired clients when I was a trainer because they couldn't do a simple squat. No, and it wasn't because of me. It was because of them.
No, it was because you couldn't communicate the value in the exercise that they were doing. You were a shitty trainer. You were a shitty person.
I might be a shitty person, but I was a good trainer.
See, you bringing this back to you. This doesn't have anything to do with you. When you see multiple situations, don't get me wrong, sometimes you just have a poor pupil. But when you see it on multiple occasions, that's the coach.
Salute, band up. 420 Weedy Gonzalez said, my wife is proof you can't make that horse drink.
No. That's different. No, wives are different. They're completely different. They fall outside the
everything.
Yeah. They don't. Big Herm hit us with $1.99. Keyshawn the Clown, future Debo victim, 4 pounds plus. But Debo, who is Debo? You talking about Dev? Yeah, you're right, because Dev is huge. Dev should be at 168.
Nah, he won't go to 154 till 154 changes some of the people that's in there. That'd be his best. He better just stay at 147, clear out 147 right now.
Look, man, I just saw this thing pop in. It says Terrence Crawford has a retirement party. He out there dancing with his mom. This is amazing, boy. I'm so glad he gone. Oh, my God. Thanks, bud. We love you. Okay.
So running Rev said DJ fighters are only losing to the best fighters in the division or pound for pound fighters.
It's not the loss, bro. It's how they losing. It's how they losing. It's not the L. It's how they losing. You can't tell me, except Frank lost in a competitive fight, but EJ and Charlo? What? Come on, man. That's bad. What we Brian Norman?
Yeah. We were talking about the coaches for Junior.
I ain't listening to nothing Jason Williams saying. Ask me how they lose. All right. You saw how they lost, man. I don't want to talk about that shit no more. Before we move to the next topic, Jay, we got 58 people in the building. We need y'all to get them likes up, man. How many likes do we got, Jay? You know?
Nah, I haven't looked. Let's see.
I forgot how to use the damn live stream now. They've changed the YouTube live stream a little bit, man. Now it's like I don't even know where everything is no more. Like this is crazy, man. Like what are they doing? I can't tell who done liked and who hasn't.
I know we ain't got enough. That's what I think I do.
Literally, I can't even find where the likes are, bro. I don't know where they are.
Like we got like 70 people in here and we only got like 30 likes. All things said we got 30 likes.
I can't even find them no more. This sucks. I don't know why YouTube did this.
That's called Blue Blood got to come back and tell people to get the likes up.
For sure.
That's why.
The likes are literally, I do not see the likes, bro. I don't know how many likes we got. They must have got tired of people asking for, hey, go hit the like button. Get the likes up.
Hey, Big Herm. Yeah, he look bigger than Devin, but he wasn't as skilled as Boots.
Who?
Junior's not as skilled as Boots.
Junior, you talking about Norman Jr.?
Devin, Norman Jr. is not as skilled as Boots. Dark side is real. Last night the team looked like they talking about band. That's why I band up so happy here because Seattle won last night.
Man, he jumped from one nutsack to the other one. I shouldn't have said that. My bad, band up. I'm sorry, man.
It's a common theme. The Huskies, Washington Huskies and then Seahawks, and then Nebraska Cornhuskers.
Yeah. All right, man. What else do we want to talk about, dude?
Still got Vergil, your favorite fighter.
Man, at 1 minute I feel good, the next minute I feel bad, then I feel good, then I feel bad. I don't know what's going on here, man. I'll let you could summarize this, man. I don't even want to start this off. You go ahead and summarize it. What's going on?
It sounded good that Vergil team was suing Oscar. You felt good. You were beating at your chest. I told you Ortiz never was ducking. He wanted to fight. Then it comes out that Ortiz camp was asking for $7 million. So, Greg, do you take that back? Is that a duck now that he wanted $7 million to fight Boots?
Man, it depends on what lens you're looking through.
Fuck that.
Depends on what. Let me, because Sean Zattel, he said that Shakur and T.O. getting $9 million. So why shouldn't Vergil get $7 million?
So Vergil ain't never been a champ.
He sell more than Shakur.
I ain't say it. He ain't never been a champ.
Sell more than Shakur. Money's about what you sell.
Not when it comes to Turkey and them.
You should have went to Turkey.
Okay, yeah.
That's the problem. He should have went to Turkey and them. Man,
so is Ortiz on the duck side again?
Yeah, he's definitely he got 1 foot. He got 1 foot over for sure. I got a lot of confidence in Vergil. I know a lot of people feel that stylistically he doesn't match up well with Boots, and if you look at it on the surface, I would agree with it. I think the longer the fight goes, I think the less chance he has to win. But I think in those early rounds, I think if he can cause some damage to Boots, I think he has a chance. I don't think Vergil is afraid.
Was he
of
ducking?
Boots. What define ducking?
Hey. Shucky ducky quack quack. Did he outprice himself?
I don't believe in. I hate fighters that assign more value to themselves than they're worth. Don't get me wrong. You should try to negotiate and maximize what you get. But when you overprice yourself, I can't stand that. Vergil Ortiz is not worth $7 million guaranteed, unless it's being funded by the master of losing money himself, Turkey Al-Sheikh. Then there is no reason why Vergil should be making $7 million. So I don't like that. And therefore, I have to lean on the side that he is ducking if he wants $7 million
No,
guaranteed.
no. Ain't no leaning. Either you on the side or you're not on the side. Ain't
He
no
ducking.
leaning.
He ducking.
Okay, thank you.
I need more facts though. But he's ducking right now. As it stands right now, he ducking. As it stands right now, he ducking, boy.
I mean,
Yeah,
look at
$7 million,
the facts. Look at the facts though. 7 million he wanted, right? He also said his dream fight is Errol Spence. He also said he has option with Spence and Fundora, who we know Fundora's in a contract to fight Keith Thurman. We know Spence hasn't fought in 3 years. So those three enough for ducking or not?
If he were to get another fight with one of those guys,
What?
Like it's hard to say he ducking if he trying to get smoked with Fundora because Fundora got a belt.
Fundora got a fucking fight lined up.
Yeah, then he ducking. I mean, what else can you say, man? Boy, duck it, man.
Now, question for you there. Who would you be okay to see fight Charlo, Vergil or Boots? It doesn't matter.
Who would I rather see him in the ring with? Vergil. I want to see Charlo versus either Vergil or Boots.
Yeah.
Boots.
Because
I want to see.
Yeah,
I want to see. I want to see how Boots. I want to see how Boots handles someone that isn't going to be. So I know a lot of people got a lot of faith in Boots. Like I think some people's faith in Boots is misguided at this time. I think Boots got everything. Like everything you want in a fighter, Boots has it, but it hasn't been tested yet. So we don't know to what extent he has all these different attributes. Does that make sense?
Okay.
And we've seen him in the ring, and he's been impressive. But he was impressive against Stan Jonas, tailor-made. He was impressive against Lima, who was basically a lima bean. When he fought against Chukazian, wasn't that how you name it? Chukazian, I think that's how you pronounce it.
Yeah, Ryan Chukazian. Yeah.
Yeah. The first fight, the guy used movement and Boots looked all out of sort. And the guy was landing on Boots. Second fight, the guy was also landing on Boots. I'm like, man, this guy has some power, man. I don't know. And then people always will tell me, boy, you got to see Boots in the gym. Nigga. Bitch, you don't win. They don't fight in the gym. They fight in the arena. Man, you've heard Floyd talk about gym fighters. There's a lot of gym fighters, bro. A lot of gym fighters. And you put them under the lights and they get cooked. I'm not saying that that's Boots, but stop talking to me about the gym. I'm telling you what I see when he's in the ring. And yeah, you gonna get hit. It's boxing. But man, I just feel like sometimes I'm like, damn. Like it wasn't that something snuck around his guard. It was that his guard wasn't there. So that's all.
Yeah, clean shots.
But if you look at it like skill wise, like he got a lot, man. He got a lot. It just feels like I'm not sure it's all tied together and in a neat package like everybody thinks it is. So I would like to see him versus Charlo because Charlo's a vet. Charlo has power. We've already seen him short circuit your boy, Eric Lubin. Could he do it to Boots?
Nah. Not like that. Not in that fashion. Boots ain't gonna just sit up on the ropes and let him just hit him.
That's not what happened with that's not what happened with Lubin. Lubin not in the middle of the ring.
No, Lubin was he got knocked out against the ropes. What you talking about?
Against Vergil. Vergil. I'm talking about against Charlo. We talking about Charlo, remember?
Oh. Why you don't want to see Charlo versus Ortiz? You trying to protect Ortiz?
No.
Is that your angle?
No. I don't care if Charlo knocks out Ortiz.
No.
Hey, man. Hey, niggas get knocked out every day, P. Hey, I'm not bothered by that, cuz.
Well, you dirty. You dirty. They saying Charlo wanted 10 million to fight Boots.
Then he don't
He
want
ain't
to
fighting.
fight Boots.
That fight ain't gonna happen.
He don't want to fight Boots.
Nah.
Not if he want 10 million.
Nah.
Charlo just need to retire, fam. Charlo done. Ain't nothing wrong with being done. You got the Canelo bag. Just go retire, man. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Nah, he said, so he said he never left. He's still the king of 154 because he never lost at 154. He want to get his throne back. Remember, not too long ago, like 5 months ago, he made that post on IG with everyone little graphics for him, Boots, Fundora, everyone else and everything, but hasn't done anything just yet.
When last time Charlo fought at 54?
When he got undisputed?
When was that?
1976.
Exactly. He ain't the king of 54 no more, man. Shut up. You ain't the king of nothing. Until you go and fight. Man talking about it, bruh. That man ain't no king of nothing, man. Let's go ahead and open up the phone lines though, dude.
Hey, Banda, you're right. Charlo was in Hawaii drinking and talking shit. He said he wasn't drinking though. He said that was a mocktail or some shit. So he said it wasn't an alcoholic beverage.
Charlo I don't even think Charlo drink like that.
Got a super chat from Pork Chop. Charlo confident now that somebody left.
Shout out to AM Sports Media. Tim Bradley, Desert Storm in the building.
You are the only participant in the conference.
I look at Pork Chop like one of my little nephews, man. You see that face that I just made? That's the face that I make when they call me sometime and they talking. Just like this.
That virgin margarita.
Good Lord, man. What are you talking about, man? All right, we got the phone lines open. Let me go ahead and grab the phone number and drop it in there. And what was man? Everybody think they like Derrick James for Brian Norris Jr. Yeah, man. I don't know, man. I don't know.
Hey, Ortiz manager did told Charlo to send the address, he'll send the contract. But I'm like, stop doing all this business on the net. It's like the more they talk about business on IG, Twitter, the less likely I think it's gonna happen. They need to do that shit behind closed door and drop the date for the fight.
You ain't lying. You are not lying. Man, what you think about Shakur basically saying that none of these fighters better than him? He said, you want to talk about that one?
Yeah, we can.
Yeah, I think Shakur, people know how I feel about Shakur, man. I think he's a highly talented fighter. Do you have that clip, Jay? Because I would like to play. Was it on the ring?
Yeah, it's on DAZN. It's on DAZN boxing.
I'd like to play it, man. Let me see if I can find it. Because I thought it was interesting.
I'll send it to you.
All right, do that. All right, let's see. You just send it in here. Let me see. Okay. Copy it. All right. All right, so here we go. Shakur Stevenson. Y'all ready? Can you hear it?
Stay silent until you hear a better boxer than you. Ryan Garcia, Teofimo Lopez, Connor Bennett, Devin Haney, Raleigh Romero, Tank Davis, Sebastian Fundora, Abdullah Mason, Keyshawn Davis, Terrence Crawford, Muhammad Ali. Okay. All right.
Better than me? Ain't none of them niggas better than me.
What?
Bruh, it's one thing to be confident and everything. I don't have no problem saying that no one will beat you, but to be laughing at and smirking about Muhammad Ali and Bud, nah, Shakur, you tripping, bruh.
Yeah,
tripping on it.
he a good fighter, dog. Like he's so boxing to me includes offense, not just defense. And if you're
Mm-hmm.
talking about who is the better defensive fighters, then he's absolutely correct. He's a better defensive fighter than all those guys. But boxing also requires offense. And you are not better than Ali at offense. You're not better than Bud at offense. You're not better than Tank at offense. Who else did they list?
Keyshawn, Fundor, Ryan, Connor Ben.
You're not better than Keyshawn at offense. So, man, come on, dog. Like, you're not better than, like, if you're talking about overall, just overall skill set, I think it's arguable. Someone can make an argument for Devin, Ali, and definitely Crawford. Ali and Crawford for sure. But I think an argument can be made for Devin too. So like
And
Tank. So like, I mean, come on, man. But the fact, but I get, man, your contemporaries. Those guys are his contemporaries.
Oh my, yeah, exactly. Laugh at that.
Yeah,
but Bud and Ali, what the hell you smoking, kid?
None of them niggas better.
None of these ninjas better than me. What?
Come on, man.
Need that Westbrook meme. Ninja, what? he hey, Band Up say he called in.
Oh yeah, I do see Band Up here. I ain't get it. Why am I notification in me?
They snuck Fundora in there for no reason whatsoever. I don't know why they put Fundora in that list.
They should have put like Bam or like
Anui.
Yeah, Inouye or God, why am I losing his name?
Anyway.
No, the guy at 175 that just fought.
You talking about Benavidez?
No. Bivol.
Bivol.
What's going on, Band Up?
What's good? What's good with you, man? For one,
chilling, man.
What's happening, Band Up?
You want to take that damn comment back, man? Because I'm Seattle everything. Ain't no bandwagon shit. Mariners, Seahawks, Sounders, all that. Everything, Huskies, all that. And to be quite frank, I was born at University Hospital, which is right across the street from UW. So I'm a born Husky, you dig? Let's get that out the way.
I said I shouldn't have said it. Didn't I say I shouldn't have said it? I said I shouldn't have said it, bro.
I ain't hear that part. I heard you say something crazy, though.
Yeah, I said I shouldn't have said that.
Yeah, but nonetheless, this nigga Shakur, oh my God, this nigga is wild. I'm sorry, this ninja's wild. He said he's better than Bud.
He not better than Bud?
He said he's better than Bud.
He said he's better than Bud.
Hey, man, hey, he's supposed to feel that way, man.
Look, no.
You feel that way, but you can't. Nah, fuck that.
No.
I don't want him to say another man better than him. Come on, man.
No, you're supposed to give respect where respect's due, my dude. When you got this man in there helping you with your craft, you're not helping him with his craft, really. He helping you with your craft.
So this is what I'll say to what you're saying, Pork Chop. It's not that he should feel that he's the best fighter on earth ever, but you can also present yourself as the best fighter without dismissing other fighters as though it's not even a question that you're better. That's the issue.
Well, see, I don't take issue with that, man. I wouldn't mind fighters feeling like they that guy. You know, everybody got a little bit of a delusion. Motherfucker called Bud delusion before this last fight. I mean, everybody gotta feel that way in order to hit that level, to reach that level you want to be at. You know, so I don't really take no problem with it.
Look, I tell that too.
Skill set, Band Up, best skill set,
But we gotta speak facts and the facts. Even at any weight class that these guys would match up at, if they were both at the same weight class, the betting odds would not be in Shakur's favor. Bud can swim. He'll literally switch it up in ring as it goes. He don't got to do one style. He's gonna present multiple looks, multiple different angles that Shakur's gonna have a big issue with. All that defensive shit, like you said, you gonna have to punch back. And as soon as you punch back, that counter punch is gonna take place. You gonna fuck around and look like Kell Brook out there, trying to play too much defense and get smacked up.
Man, I got Crawford all day. If they were to ever fight, they were at the same weight class. Crawford dog walks him.
Well, we already know how that went. I mean, he took them to school. I mean, when they first met. I mean, so that ain't really a question I need answered. You know, that's why I don't really take no offense to it, man. It's just, hey, you're supposed to be confident, man. I can't knock it. You know.
But all right, so take Bud out of it. Can he respect the great Muhammad Ali?
Yeah, we all respect Ali. You know, I think Usyk will beat him, but you know, I don't have no issue with Ali.
God damn.
The boy think Usyk beat everybody.
Yeah, that ain't no. I mean, they the same.
I don't think
same reach. Usyk a little bit better. You know.
I think honestly, keep it a stack. I think the old Wilder, P Fury, would give Usyk all type of issues. I'm sorry.
Styles make
issues. What?
Styles make
Yes.
fights, bro. Like we gotta stop. We gotta stop acting like just because a fighter is a great fighter, they can't be beat. And certain style, we've seen fighters that have lost to fighters and these fighters have gotten way more skill.
Anybody can be beat.
I'm gonna tell you something.
Usyk, but I think Usyk match up better with Ali though.
Let me tell you, I'm gonna put this out there. The reason why you don't see that old adage Styles make fights show up a lot more than what we used to see in the past is because everybody's career these days are so carefully crafted. And I mean everybody. People avoid styles that they know are not good for them. Shakur is very interested in T.O. because he knows stylistically his style gives T.O.'s problem. Shakur's career has been carefully crafted. Many fighters' careers, I would say virtually all of them, their careers are heavily crafted. People don't put them in the ring with people that are going to give them problems.
Who's been crafted to what style is going to be David Benavidez or Terrence Crawford?
Oh, nobody.
With a jab.
Nobody gonna beat
with a solid jab anyway.
Nobody gonna beat David.
Nobody
gonna beat
in the world. He don't even use
nobody gonna beat David. David gonna go up there and beat your boy Usyk.
His name on the chopping block. You just don't know it yet.
Yeah.
Know
we'll see. We'll see. We'll see.
When he started getting hit by them big boys, when he started getting hit, when niggas his size, then we gonna make some shake.
That what you said about Bud. That's what you said about Bud. That's what you said about Bud. He beat Canelo.
Remember, he's supposed to be
that's what you said about Bud, right?
In the dirt. He's supposed to be in the dirt. Remember?
All right then. So if it's not applicable to Crawford, why is it applicable to Benavidez? If it's not applicable to Crawford, why is it not applicable to Benavidez?
Just like you, and your analysis of Bud, did you not see holes in his game? Did you see stuff that could have been exploited? I'm just applying the same thing.
Everybody got holes in their game.
Benavidez will beat your bitch ass boy Bivol. That's why your bitch ass boy Bivol don't want to fight him.
Wait, say it again? He would have beat who?
He'll beat your bitch ass boy Bivol. Your bitch ass boy is ducking him.
I don't think he got nothing for Bivol, man. Come on now. He over there.
Why the fuck won't Bivol fight him? Bitch ass.
Bivol coming off a back surgery. We acting like we don't know now.
So what?
He fighting his mandatory right now, though. It's not like he's fighting a cupcake. He's fighting
hold up. Hey, look. You guys do know David Benavidez was a fat kid growing up, so he's a fat man that got skinny. He's not a skinny man that got fat.
That's why he be getting dropped. You can't keep it
He's big, but he got thick bones. His bones are very dead. Very dead.
Now we talking about bone density and shit now. Oh my God.
He's not a skinny dude that got up.
This dude hates anybody that has ever been affiliated with Al Heyman.
Facts.
No, I like Floyd.
That's only because he was affiliated first with Top Rank. You are a plantation lover.
That's a gun now, boss.
All of them come from Top Rank at the end of the day. All of them come from Bob Allen. And we really technical about it. You know what I'm saying? You know.
Hey, I'm just
But
calling
I
it
ain't
how
got
I
no
see
issue
it.
with Benavidez, man. I want him to get the same opportunities that any other great fighters ever got. I want him to get a chance to prove himself. He say he like that. I want to see. That's all that is.
Hey, he tried to
You'd
fight
have to
Bivol.
dispute
Bivol
it.
didn't want to fight him. What are you talking about?
But Ball being injured, man. Come on now. Don't
Oh
do
man,
that.
come
Don't
on,
do that.
bro.
Better be ready.
Before he got injured, he said he didn't want to fight him.
Hey, better be ready right now.
You ready
Who?
right now?
Who?
Who?
He 40. You can go fight an old guy. Better be here. What you mean, Archer?
No, we want Bivol. He's the best.
You
Hold
take both of
on.
these.
You can't say.
Look,
Oh man, I want to see him fight somebody. He want to fight the best guy at 175. You make excuses for him and then tell him to go
They
fight
don't.
somebody that you hope will beat him.
Hold on.
Why would I want to fight the loser?
This why I be having a dislike for these PVC ninjas. Like I be having. You think everybody supposed to move on your time? It don't work like that, player.
Man, what are
you
you
just
talking
got
about?
here. You gonna wait till we work this shit out, and then you gonna get your turn.
You see what I'm talking
He need
about?
to figure out what weight class he gonna campaign in.
Yeah, you see
know
what I'm talking about? See, this is the bullshit I'm talking about. So, but when it's
BLB is ready because Bill was about to fight his mandatory.
But when his boy, you ain't the fucking matchmaker. Who
Wait,
you supposed to be?
Hold up. So Bivol is ready to fight a mandatory, but he can't fight Benavidez?
He got a mandatory coming up. IBF in the call that mandatory. The dude been waiting for 2 years.
Wasn't they talking about
the man been waiting since before they first undisputed?
Hold on, didn't Benavidez become the mandatory?
You just told me Bivol coming up back surgery, so why would he fight his mandatory? Shouldn't they do a tune-up?
Yes, I'm telling you, his next fight is likely gonna be Tyler Eifert.
Hold on, didn't Benavidez become like the mandatory at 175, and Bivol said he didn't want to fight him?
I couldn't hear. Hold on, say that again, Greg. You couldn't.
Didn't Benavidez become the mandatory for the IBF at 175, and Bivol said no, he didn't want to fight him, and he was about to get stripped?
See what I'm saying? You don't be doing your due diligence.
What's the due diligence,
for the
bro?
WBC, but it wasn't that mandatory was not next. Like I said, the IBF has been the next mandatory. That's why everybody got mad at the WBC and Mauricio, because he pulled some bullshit to make up for not giving him the Canelo fight. He pulled that shit with Bivol to make up for not mandating Canelo to fight Benavidez. That's all that was. So you gotta stay hip to the game, man. You know.
Man, what are you talking about? The point remains is that he had an opportunity to fight your boy. So who's his mandatory that he about to fight right now?
And he about to fight Michael Eifert, IBF mandatory, been waiting for 2 years. For the last
but hold on. But I thought, but when Benavidez became IBF, then all of a sudden the WBC is in line. Like I'm confused. Did he defend against the WBC?
Hold on. Listen to what you're saying. Benavidez become the IBF. In what world would Benavidez adhere to a damn 10-pound rehydration? Well, 10% rehydration. Well, percentage. Rehydration.
Not a certification.
What does that have to do with anything I'm saying?
He go to WBC route.
Hold up. It says Benavidez was the mandatory challenger for Dimitri Bivol under the WBC, not the IBF.
Right.
So then if the WBC was next, then why did he fight him?
But listen to me. That's the point. The WBC wasn't next. The IBF was next. That's why people criticize Mauricio when he pulled that shit. He did that to make up for the Canelo shit, for never calling for the Canelo mandatory. So he said, all right, since I screwed you over at 68, I'm going to throw you a bone at 75. That's why motherfuckers was complaining about it. That's what I'm trying to explain to you.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
In the rotation.
That's fine. Now let me ask. That's fine. Now let me ask everybody a question. If you are Dimitri Bivol, you've already been undisputed one time at 175, and there's a big money fight on the line that Turkey is willing to fund for versus your mandatory at the IBF or Benavidez, which is a much bigger fight, and everybody's going to give you props for kicking his ass. Which one do you take?
Now, the Turkey say,
I'm going my mandatory.
Which one do you take, Pork Chop?
Show me what Turkey said. Show me what Turkey said he's about to pay for that fight.
Turkey wanted that fight. What you talking about?
The way I hold on. The way I recall it, when that whole thing went down with the WBC, Turkey told Bivol, remember who was loyal to you. Remember who was there for you. When it took the WBA years just to elevate you from the Reggie champion to the full champion. Remember
It
who
says
was there for
Turkey
you
Al-Sheikh.
that got you this opportunity in the first place. That's the whole point of Bivol dropping the belt in the first
Just
place.
protecting people from Benavidez like crazy.
You gotta know what's going on, man.
Bruh, he wanted to fight. It's right here. He wanted to fight. He did withdraw.
And that's fine. And that's fine. We want to fight. We as fans want to fight. But it's certain shit that come before that got to be taken care of.
Like what?
You want that fight,
Like what? Because when that logic was used in other situations,
listen.
That's the issue.
I'm saying, just let the man handle his mandatory. That's what's being rumored to be the next fight. After that, it's free game. I expect him to get in there with Benavidez or Benavidez. It don't matter which one to be.
Oh man,
we just need to get the show on the road.
No, it needs to be Benavidez. Point blank. Period.
Stop.
Ain't no, it don't matter.
Stop.
Say that again, Jason. Say that again, Jason.
Ain't no, it don't matter. It needs to be Benavidez.
Hey, it don't matter whichever one. Because I ain't worried about either one, to tell you the truth. But like I said, your boy need to make up his mind what way he want to fight it. Because, Zuffa got Jai over there just licking his chops, ready to get his hands on Benavidez.
Why'd he go to Zuffa then if he was licking his damn chops so much, knowing how they doing shit?
Well, for them to sign him, knowing he got the IBF belt, I'm assuming that they willing to play ball with other promotions.
No.
You're assuming. That's not what they said initially. They said
that's not what they've said. That's not what they've said.
So apparently they doing something different. Their actions don't reflect their words because they signed the IBF champion. They claimed they wasn't messing with no.
Hold on. So in one situation you are willing to accept when their actions don't match your words, but in other situations where clearly actions don't match their words, then you disregard that.
We talking about the fighters. Now we talking about promotions. Now we was just talking about the fighters.
It doesn't matter. Fighter promote. It doesn't. The man. Bro, that makes no difference.
Listen. See this y'all
no
problem.
Difference.
You want stuff to move on your time. It don't work.
No.
I keep telling you it don't work
No.
like that.
I'm gonna tell you how it don't work. I'm gonna tell you how it don't work. You can't make arguments and then try to switch your position on your arguments by changing the actual player in it. Oh, if it's the fighter, then this. But if I'm talking about the promoter, then it's applicable. That don't mean shit. That's a poor argument. I'm not gonna let you get away with that.
Hold on. What I'm saying is, Zuffa said they working on their own. They ain't working with no alphabet titles. What I'm telling you is, based on them signing John Fatar, who is the current IBF champion and Ring Magazine champion, that by that signing, they going a different route, at least until this bill pass, this act pass or whatever. So I'm saying, based on that signing,
Greg Hackett
willing to work with other promotions. That's what I'm saying.
Where you see Greg Hackett at?
I ain't changing my stance on that. I'm saying they
Greg Hackett, what's up?
What they see.
Hack, come on up, man. Come on up, Hackett. We love to hear we gotta hear your thoughts on this, man. Cause these boys up in here, man, we got a lot of cats that's around here blocking and Pork Chop, all he does is defend all his fighters. That's all he does is defend them, try to hide them. You can't hide them boys, man. Eventually them boys gonna get beat, bruh. Can't hide them. You can't keep hiding them. You feel me? Damn it, I say, do you feel me?
I hear you.
Oh, now you can't hear me.
I hear you. I don't know if they can hear you.
Oh, yeah, 318. Pork Chop, he gone now, man. He heard about Greg Hackett being in the building and ran off and shit. Man, Greg
ran.
I'm gonna run.
Shit. So there's video of Claressa Shields on a boxing channel acting like somebody else.
Yeah, bro. I saw it.
The supporters said, God, get your girl, man. Get your girl, man. You were playing a song just last year like crazy.
Man, Claressa is the most delusional fighter I have ever seen in my life. She is She is absolutely delusional, bro.
Right? She just like Bud, in my opinion.
What?
That makes sense. She's
I
delusional.
feel like she just like Bud. She just don't
That
have the opponent.
yeah,
Wait, hold
she
on.
no, she's
Yeah,
delusional. She is delusional. Hey man, look. I think Claressa Shields, I don't think any of them women can beat her. I'm on record stating that I don't think Ali could beat her. I think she's that good. I'm talking about Layla Ali now. I don't know what you're
I
chuckling
know.
about. Okay. So I'm on record stating all these things. But her level of delusion as it relates to her place in boxing, like starting to compare herself to her accomplishments to men. Come on, man. It's completely different. Like there's
Competition level.
you got way more men that are competent in a sport where in women's sport, a lot of women are not even interested in participating in sports, let alone getting punched in the face. So if there are women out there that would have been great, terrific boxers, I mean, they're doing something different. So comparing your accolades to someone like Terrence Crawford or anybody in the male division, there's a reason why the men haven't done it and cannot do it. And there's a reason why she can do it. Like some of those people we've seen her in the ring with, I mean, come on, man, they tomato cans compared to her. That's number one. Number two, man, keep telling us that you'll beat Keith Thurman. You'll beat Rolly Romero. Man, Rolly would knock her into another zip code. Easy.
Well, she just
Easy.
PVC fighters, not
Here we
the
go.
sharpest tools in the shed, you know what I'm saying?
Every time y'all gotta do a bullshit dig again. I hate you, Pork Chop.
She lies.
I don't know what to do with her, man.
I mean, she could talk. She could talk. You know what I mean? What she just fight? I guess I don't know, but you just fighting who's in front of you. You just fighting
And I
who's in front of
agree.
you.
I agree. I
what it has to be.
agree. I'm not knocking any of that. But like, okay, I'm gonna use the Layla Ali situation as an example. Yo, man, she blew all of that stuff up, bro, to be something that it wasn't even, dude. Like the fact that she had beef with Alicia Baumgartner. Man, just because the woman wants to fight you doesn't mean that you should have beef with. She wants to fight you. She wants to test her skills, and she had an issue with that. Come on, man. Like,
But she's
there's a level of delusion that exists with her, and all those things. For me, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Full transparency. Most of the stuff I would have been able to tolerate from her, right, is when she started talking about she'd beat men. When we seen you put on your ass against a bum, we seen a bum put you on your ass. We seen a 135-pound bum put you on your ass. You talking you'll beat Keith Thurman? The fuck? I don't like that.
They said
You know,
she went and got a knife after that.
Yeah, went to go get a knife from the car.
You know when you talk bad about Keith? Hey, look, you know, this
I'm
talk bad about Keith and all that. He still only got one loss.
I'm gonna cut you. I'm gonna cut you. The fuck? Come on, man. Great fighter. Now for a woman, oh man, fantastic fighter, dog. I was glad Layla didn't come back and fight her for that 20 million. Layla would have got her ass cooked. I think Layla would have got cooked in her prime, but she certainly would have gotten cooked at 40-something years old. I love Layla, but she just, you know, this girl is just generations beyond her right now, man. Just because she grew up boxing, so she's just a better fighter. But like, man, miss me with all this. You can beat men and all this other, because you know nobody's gonna ever show you that you actually can't, right? So just stop saying that. Like, I don't like that. You are not the same. Keith Thurman will put you in a coma. Rolly Romero, man, will send you into the hearse. That's exactly what would happen. Sorry.
And like a round.
Huh?
Like
I mean, band up. You got her beating Rolly Romero?
I said, I think
you.
they would do that to her in like a round.
Exactly. They would put her to pasture in a round if they were trying. She can't even hurt women.
Ugh.
Come on, man.
Damn. Now she was 17, but you know what I mean, all knockouts, all victories. Like Wilder, you know what I mean? I can see you, but you said she can't even hurt women.
Yeah, I mean, how many knockouts does Claressa have? Like 4?
3,
5? 3.
3 of
She's
them.
not. So she thinks she can just outbox men that are going to be hitting her hard. Like it ain't gonna be nothing compared to how women land. When a man, even if he's hitting her on her shoulders, how they're gonna land and the thud they're gonna land with is gonna be completely different. And she is confusing. Well, I mean, she got dropped by the guy that's 135-pound bump, so she know these guys can punch. She's sparring with these guys.
With EJ? Man,
You think these guys are really? These guys ain't laying into her when they sparring with her.
That's why I'm like, yeah, I think she was sparring with EJ a couple years back. This is before the butt fight and shit. You know what I mean? And, you know what I mean? She was getting a little hype up off that. And like, I don't know what she really feeling her. So I don't know why she said that.
She doesn't talk like she can be Thurman, shit like that. She don't need to do that.
I said this on, I forgot who else platform I said this on, but I said even the greatest women fighter in the UFC, she's not sitting here talking about she can beat, you know what I mean, some of the guys in the UFC. Now the commentators, they might say that, but Amanda Nunes is a bad woman. She's really the baddest woman on the planet, and she's not sitting here saying that she can beat some of the guys. She probably can give some guys a couple run for their money at the lower weight classes, and that's at the bottom weight classes.
Yeah, you talking about bantamweight and strawweight. You talking about cats that can still be carried into the. You talking about cats that can still sit in the seat with their parents when they get on a flight, right? They don't even have to pay a flight fee, right? They can sit in somebody else's seat. Those kind of.
It reminds me of Ronda Rousey talking about she could beat Floyd and she could beat dudes as well. That's the level of type of bullshit that it reminds me of.
I couldn't stand that either. I couldn't stand that. Like you sit up, you talking about you beat Floyd. Claressa Shields is what? She fight at heavyweight. What's heavyweight for a woman?
You know, who said they could beat Floyd?
175.
Okay, 170. She's at 175. Jay, you used to be a personal trainer. What would you say her body fat percentage is?
She probably the way she's looking now, heavyweight, probably high teens, low 20s.
For a woman? I don't know, man. Women usually, if they lean, they're at 12.
But she ain't lean. Not a heavyweight.
So I think she's even bigger than that, man. I think she's in the 20s. I think she's easily in the 20s. So at 175, let me get my calculator up. My trusted calculator up. 175 times 0.75. So she's about 131 pounds of lean muscle mass. So now that's lean muscle mass. Now you know the muscle composition is going to be different, but that's lean. That's bone and muscle. You take Keith Thurman, that's 154, and probably coming into the ring probably at them guys are ripped 8-9%.
She said this when he was still but she said this when Keith was still at 47. She said this at the Bud and EJ.
No, he was I think he was at 54 at the time.
No, he was at 47. Either way, he could be at 47, 54. It don't matter. Keith in 3.
So 147. Let's say he's around 8% body fat.
So it's just ridiculous for her making statements like that.
So he's 135 pounds of lean muscle mass. And you know that the muscle mass in men, there's way more fast twitch, explosive muscle fiber in men than women.
Yeah,
even though she's 175, her bone structure is different. Her muscle density is different. Her slow twitch to fast twitch muscle fiber is different. She'd get destroyed. Quick.
And the rehydration.
Quick, she get destroyed.
Yeah, she ain't hitting like that. I mean, she's a hell of a boxer. Don't get me wrong, but chill with that.
That right there tell you she doesn't have a lot of fast twitch muscle fiber. She get cooked. That's the thing. Like, man, stop sitting up there. You're great, but stay in your lane. You're great for who you are. You're great. We respect that. Stop stepping over here pretending that you can be this person and that person that are men. When you know that's never gonna happen. Or do this. Go to a sparring match and select some kid that's about 18 years old that sparred, that has boxed, that doesn't have anything to lose. Nobody knows anything about him. Put him in the ring and see if you can beat him. That's your size.
But the fact that she called in the boxing channel and like to support her is crazy to me.
That is crazy, but because her voice is very distinctive. But a lot of people won't call into our channel like that, man, because they know. Well, it's not that we not even that aggressive like that, man. I don't know. I mean, Bernie used to be all in the comment section, wouldn't come. Just all in the comment section. Talk. I said, brother, you can come on and we can talk about it. I ain't coming on.
Hey man, I ain't really like that Derek disrespect I heard earlier, man. I ain't like
who
that
disrespect?
Switch up, y'all pull.
What switch up?
What?
Y'all switched up on Derek, man. That's kind of crazy.
It was.
I missed that part.
Yeah, when y'all was questioning.
He said we switched up on Derek.
Brian Norman.
DJ.
Derek. Yeah. That's why I'm saying Derek, the trainer, when y'all was on the Brian Norman topic.
So let me ask you a question. So if I believed at some point that there was a Porsche that could get me from 0 to 60 in 5 seconds, and I tried to get that Porsche to do that 3 consecutive times, and each time it got me to 60 in 7 seconds. So you're telling me that I'm switching up on my opinion of the Porsche if I say I don't believe that Porsche can get me from 0 to 60 in 5 seconds. Is that what you're telling me?
Humans aren't biological organisms, man. I mean,
actually, they are biological organisms. Okay, so let's use something that is a biological organism. If somebody has been scoring on the SAT a 900, and I believe that they could score an 1100, but on 3 consecutive times they scored a 900. Am I still to believe that they can score an 1100? I'm supposed to just stick with, they can do the 1100. Let me just keep going down that path.
Are you giving them the same test with the same questions each and every time?
It's a standardized test. What do you mean?
Well, my point is, like, Derek, he a solid coach. I ain't worried about this scenario you talking about. I'm talking about Derek. In my opinion, for Brian Norman Jr., we know he listened. We know he followed instructions. We seen that in the last fight, he followed him to his own fault. But we know he listened.
He didn't follow
those instructions. We know Derek can teach. So I mean, why not give Derek the opportunity to coach him? Now you could say, Frank Martin left him, Earl left him. Well, Earl ran in the Bud. And y'all tried to throw Frank Martin in there with Tank, knowing damn well he wasn't ready. Y'all did that for the money. So we can't just put that on Derek. And then we talking about the Ryan shit. Well, I mean, Ryan trash, man. Ryan just got left hook, got in there, hit Ben with the left hook a couple times, got him up out of there. I mean, got the victory and all that, But still though, you can't just say because all these guys left him that make him a bad coach. Maybe he wasn't the right fit. But Frank and Earl is like, I can't really put them on him because they just
Hack it. Hold up, I'll try to get you the link.
Charlo, what about Charlo? Charlo was with him too, and then got to that damn fight.
Again, Charlo tried to be Bud and tried to go fight Canelo. You know what I'm saying?
He was at a higher weight class. We just seen Bud do it, so he should have did it, right?
Yeah, he not Bud though. Come on, man. It's a different dog, man. Come on.
I'm not talking about the fighters.
I hate both of these dudes.
But I'm just saying, man. Let's just see how it goes. Let's just see how it goes first.
We can see how it go. Hey, but I am entitled to looking at an individual. If I see someone, if I got someone and I want them to do a job, they could work at my company, and I'm like, okay, I think they could work at my company. I'm gonna have them work in accounting, and they don't do a good job. Then I have them working, or the stuff is substandard, right? I'm expecting X, they're giving me Y. And then I move them to finance, and then I move them to tax, and then I move them to HR. Like, at some point, I got to say that, yo, man, my opinion of them is going to change, period.
but in those positions he would be directly in direct control of his fate. As a coach and a trainer, you're not directly in control of your fate. You can give instructions and you hope the fighter follows them to the T. But you're
That's
not
fine. I
directly
don't
in
have a
control
problem
of
with
your
that.
fate.
I don't
You
have a
would be
problem
on
with
the
that.
floor.
Brian
Hey, let
Norman
me.
should have went to Bomac team. That's what he should have went.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, let's get Greg Hackett opinion on this about the trainer situation
Yeah,
when he
I'm
comes back.
curious to hear when he comes back. I'm curious to hear. I might interrupt y'all. Okay, here you go, right here. Hackett, man, I want you to chime in on this because we had a pretty big argument earlier. I won't say pretty big, but we had a disagreement about training and how my opinion is if I see on consecutive situations where a fighter does not listen, I believe that that's a coach issue because the coach has an inability to communicate the game plan or his teaching to the fighter in a way that the fighter will receive. So he's not understanding the kind of the psychology of the fighter. Um, but in one-offs, if you see that, then yeah, it's the fighter. What's your thoughts on that?
I mean, people, first of all, think about being in school and how many teachers could you really relate to? You know what I mean? As far as teaching, like giving you the lesson. Some of them too fast, some of them too slow, some of them boring. You know what I'm saying? But they all teachers. And then think about just being a special student. So a special student could go anywhere in school and score high. You know what I'm saying? And then you got special teachers who could get through the different types of kids who learn differently. I think that's the thing we got to pay attention to when you talk about coaches. Coaches coaches go through shit just like fighters. You know what I mean? They get tired of certain shit dealing with fighters. And then sometimes you might catch a coach at a great time where he got a great wave going. You know what I mean? And as far as Junior going to Derek James, I think if you look at Derek James' stable, he got the openings right now. You know what I'm saying? All the other camps is kind of heavy. And in order for you to be considered a top two guy in that camp, you got to be paying big bucks. You know what I'm saying? It got to be a big percentage. Otherwise, you got to deal with, you know what I mean, the level of guys they see you fit. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I think him going to Derek James at this point might be good because he has an opening ear. He's opening to all information because of what just happened. At the same time, Derek James needs a refresher. You know what I mean? Alicia Bumgarner is cool, but like y'all was saying earlier, with the ladies, it ain't too much action. So it's not, you know what I mean? It's not too much to be excited about. But with 47 having all these newcomers and Brian Norman Jr. showing that he can hang, you know what I mean? He just need to work on some things. I think that gave that might give Derek James, some type of excitement and dealing with a new project.
So you think Derek James is a good match for Brian Norman Jr. and then you said he has some things that he needs to work on. When you look at Brian Norman Jr., I see somebody who's athletic, got pretty good feet, um, got good boxing skills. What is it that you see that you believe he needs to work on?
I mean, I think the head movement, his distance control, uh, his feet. You say they good, I say they not. He does a lot of jumping. He do a lot of jumping, and that's uncalled for in boxing because one of the things you taught, you don't want your feet to be off the ground. That means you in the air. You get caught in the air, you ain't got no choice but to go down. You know what I'm saying, or stumble. Um, but overall, with Derek James, what I do see, he have a certain type of discipline with his style. He likes for you to place your shots. He don't want you to waste shots. He like for you to go to the body. You know what I'm saying? Things like that. I think it is some things Derek James could help with, but at the same time, nobody can cover all bases because it always depends on the animal you dealing with. I can't get a shark to move like a tiger. I can't get a tiger to move like a gorilla. You know what I'm saying? So that plays a major part too.
Yeah. No, I hear you, man. And that makes sense to me. I'm curious to see what ends up happening with him. I just my thing with Derek James is I feel like it's almost like there's something missing. something has not been translated, in my opinion, over the last couple of years as it relates to the fighters that have been in that camp. I think EJ did run up against a different animal. Terrence Crawford was a different animal, but at the same time, the gap in talent and skills was not such that he should have lost like that. What we saw with Charlo, what we saw with Ryan Garcia, who was clearly, I mean, Ryan is what he is, but still, AJ looked better after him. It's just something that just doesn't feel right to me in that camp, and that's the reason
Yeah.
why I'm like, I wouldn't do it.
I understand what you're saying. It's just like you just never know, though. You know what I mean? You never know because like I said, EJ. All right. So when fighters, when they coming up, and they not the best just yet, they always paying attention. They always listening. Soon as they make the money they wanted to make, as soon as they get the girl they wanted to get, as soon as they buy the car they wanted, you can't tell them shit. You can't
Yeah.
tell them shit. They'll pretend to listen to you. They'll tell you they listening to you, but they not because in their mind they made it. You know what I mean? It take a special guy. It take a special guy to be fighting at that level, making that kind of money, and still being humble in the gym. You know what I mean? That take a special individual. So that's what I'm saying. It's not made for certain guys to be the best. You know what I'm saying? They think they are, but you find out one night. You find out like, yo, I got a lot of shit going on that ain't right. And sometimes it's outside of the gym, sometimes it's in the gym, and then sometimes it's fight night. You might have a guy who he do the right things outside the ring, he do the right things in the gym, and he get the fight night, and it's something about that moment that drive him crazy. He prospers sometimes, but then it's like he fold too, because it's too big of a moment. And then there's some guys, they might do drugs, bullshit in the gym, and fight night, he looked like he had a perfect camp. You know what I'm saying? Because he might just be a showman. He might just be that type of guy. Just get me there. You know what I mean? Just get me there and I'm gonna perform. Don't worry about shit else. Just get me there. You know what I mean? So it just depends, man. This shit is tricky. It's very tricky. And that's why you be having guys trying to send people in to get information and you know what I mean, trying to figure out whatever they can figure out because you trying to see what it is you dealing with. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I got to get your thoughts though on this whole Vergil Ortiz suing Oscar De La Hoya, man. You know, and you probably seen this just trending on our channel, but I've always thought that you know it could be possibly on Boot's side because I'm not a fan of Eddie Hearn. I think he BS's a lot, and so I was always placing the onus on that side, and then you know we started to see Vergil and some of the comments that Vergil was making with Errol Spence and all those other things, and it didn't really sound like he wanted to fight. And then you start to hear that Oscar's going to move on from the fight, and now we're hearing that he's actually suing Oscar De La Hoya. That's a lot going on there, man. And a
Yeah.
lot of people want to see this fight. You've been in the game for a long time. You think
Yeah.
Vergil want this fight, and you think $7 million is his way of saying, "Nah, I really don't want the smoke."
I think he would fight Boots, but not yet. I think the whole thing is he realizes Boots is on a different level. You know what I mean? Physically, mentally, you know what I mean? Things like that. Even though Vergil is a good fighter, Virgil's a hell of a fighter, but that's exactly what he is, a fighter. You know what I'm saying? Boots, he do a little bit of everything. I think what it is if I go in there with this guy and I lose to him, what happens to my aura? You know what I mean? Do people still believe in me? You know what I mean? Because listen, to be honest, in this game now, all you got to do is get the eye of the people, the eye and the ear of the people. If you get the people listening and you get the people watching, man, you can fool the world. You can fool the
Facts.
world. And I think these guys, when they do little shit like this, like what he did, it's just like they realize, hold up, let me hit the brakes, because I'm really not ready. You know what I mean? I'm saying I'm ready, but I'm really paying attention. I'm not ready. You know what I mean? And I don't want to go in there and lose. And then now, because you know what they're gonna do on the internet. They're gonna call you a bum until you die. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
People don't care no more. They don't people don't even have to witness the loss. All they have to know is you lost. And they gonna call you a loser. You know what I mean? So we living in some tough times, but it's only tough for these guys because they grew up on the internet. You know what I mean? It's no more such thing as having tough skin. You know what I'm saying? Having tough skin was a thing we always we always heard when we was younger. But nowadays, that's not even a saying. You know what I mean? Because these motherfuckers is too like they too soft. You know what I'm saying? So everything counts nowadays.
Yeah, and I don't have
That's
an
why
issue with that.
that's what I feel. That's what I said. I feel like Virgil's he's gonna do whatever the hell he can to push this as long as possible. And it's not even a type of flair for this fight to have a 5-year wait or 4-year wait like the Bud and Arrow did. I don't know what he thinking he gonna build up to this or what, but it's not gonna be that. Number one. And number two, I feel like since Jerron Boots Ennis got in there and eliminated dude so quick, him and his team is like, damn, we ain't got no new footage on this dude. We ain't got nothing new that we can look at and try to break down. So
Right.
we here with it, and now it's stuck. You know what I mean? What can I do? And you trying to do this little fake ass. I'ma blame Oscar and try to sue him when it's not gonna go through. And it's I don't know, but like I said, he just seems like he gonna push it back further and as further as he can. And whoever they both fight next, you know what I mean? I prefer Boots to fight, you know what I mean? Whoever at this point, you know what I mean? Just get these guys out the fucking way. And Vergil's gonna fight next. They still going at the next press conference. Even if Vergil win, even if Vergil knock whoever out in the first round, they're gonna be like, okay, so what's up with Boots? That's it. They ain't gonna worry about nothing else. But what's up with Boots? That's the only question that they're gonna hear that you got to have in your face, no matter what, bro. So you don't know, bro. You done talk yourself into some shit. The boy done hopped into the ring. And the 47 months that you said back a couple years ago been up, and now we're going months and months and months and months of wait. Yeah, you keep saying you want this fight, but it don't seem like it, bro.
My thing with Vergil is this, and I'm just the type. And maybe it's because we old school, but I believe in transparency, and so I would just tell you that the money not there. I'm not gonna sit up and play no game about, oh yeah, I want the fight and we can make the fight, and then I just throw out a number that's never gonna work. I'm just gonna say, dude, we know. Look, this is a fight that I want to make, because I don't believe these fighters are afraid of each other, right? I do believe that they genuinely believe that they can beat each other, right? But at the end of the day, if the money's not there versus the risk, then it's not a fight that we can make right now. And I understand the economics of it. Just say that. Don't bullshit
Yeah.
the people.
Yeah, throwing Boots on the bus ain't help. I mean, he threw Boots on the bus like crazy, and come to find out, brought Boots in the ring, and all of a sudden, you the one that's holding things up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think the manager has a big part in this, because I've been paying attention to him. He kind of pushy. And I think his thing is he probably be telling Vergil, listen, this fight is bigger than what you think. This fight is bigger than what everybody thinks. We could get great money for this fight. Just chill. Just chill. Don't let De La Hoya walk you into this. You know what I mean? And the reason guys do that, they always go back to the night of Pacquiao and Mayweather. But they don't understand. Those guys put in a lot of work to get to that point.
X.
They put in a lot of work, bro. And Pacquiao had a big support system, and Mayweather had a big support system, and Mayweather had convinced a lot of people that he was the best. So they made the money that they made because they was able to generate that kind of money. These are two. When you talk about Boots and Vergil, they just two fighters. I'm not saying they not special. What I'm saying is outside the ring, they are regular people. Inside the ring, they great. The difference is Mayweather outside the ring was an entertainer still. He was always popping his shit. He was doing the little shit with the WWF. He was doing the shit with the Dancing with the Stars. He was in rap videos. He hanging with rappers, little shit like that, doing interviews. Pacquiao was damn near the president in the Philippines. You understand? So
Right.
it's different. These guys aren't being honest with themselves. You got to build your catalog. So the more you try to prove that this fight is worth more, the more money you're going to lose. I think if he just stay active and build his catalog, if he's not going to fight Boots, then maybe we'll get to that one day. Maybe that fight will be that big. I don't know. But right now, you can't possibly think 7 million right away is like a good joint, like a good offer. Like, come on. Like, come on, bro. Y'all got to put more work in. And I mean, and when I say that, I'm not just talking about Vergil. I'm talking about everybody. I'm talking about Boots. I'm
Yeah.
talking about Fundora. I'm talking about Murder Cesariev. I'm talking about everybody. You got to put your work in. And these dudes, they hear that 25-0 and they think they made it. Like, bro, that's not shit. You know what I mean?
No,
That's
it's
not
not.
shit. When you the reason the legends matter, them dudes had records like 187 and 15 with 3 draws. Like, come on, bro. Get the fuck out of here. Y'all not fighting. Y'all gotta fight. And I'm not
Facts.
saying it's gonna go back to those days where you can fight every month, but the thing is, fight so that we have a reason to believe in you. The more we see you, the more we gonna believe in you. The more we gonna want these fights. These guys is just, they copying a lot of shit that's been done in this business, but what they don't understand is you got to do it your way. When you try to copy somebody else's way, it never goes right. It never goes right.
No, I totally agree with that. And I was just
Hey,
talking about that
Greg,
earlier.
Greg,
Yeah,
I
go ahead.
need your opinion on something. And I'm talking to trainer Greg, not podcaster Greg. You know what
Hey
I'm
man,
saying?
shut your hating
But
ass up. Well,
Greg,
go ahead.
what you think? What you think about this Zupa shit, Greg? And if you got any inside info you can share, uh, what them contracts looking like, or how they doing business over there? Is it on the up and up over there with the Zupa
I
box?
saw so I saw some figures, right? And for a guy who's not heard of, for a guy who's not active, I think the figures are good. I think they're really good for a guy who's not heard of and a guy who's not active. Now, the guys who do have some pull, the guys who are already champions or they've been champion, I would think that their negotiation tactics would be different with Zuffa. But from what I saw from the minimums, it looked good to me. I would let my fighters, the few fighters I have that's on a smaller scale, I would let them fight on that shit.
Makes sense. And that's what it's really designed for, based off what I've seen and heard. It makes sense for someone who's smaller. But if you are bigger with your own cachet and your
Gotta
ability
know.
to put cheeks and seats, it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense because you're just sharing profit that you don't necessarily have to do.
Right.
Is your question answered? Because I could have answered that question too. Podcaster Greg.
Yeah. That's all I wanted to know. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to make sure they on the up and up and all. And I see my boy Troy Nash on that undercard, so I'm gonna tune in for sure.
Yeah. I mean, when you think about pro box, same thing. I mean, when you think about it's a lot of little shit be going on. All of that is good. You know why? Because it's guys getting notoriety. It's guys getting saw. You know what I mean? So somebody might say, even though Pro Box is a small situation and it's on YouTube and it's free to the people, it's great because kids get looks off of there. We talk about those guys now. You know what I mean? When Pro Box come on, sometimes we be like, yo, you seen the guy on Pro Box such and such. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And next thing you know, you might see him on a big card. So no matter what, as long as the fighters are getting paid pretty good and they being saw, I think it's good for boxing. Because at the end of the day, all this shit is, political. But as long as you getting some type of, recognition, I think it's good.
What you think about Claressa Shields calling into a show and pretending to be a fan to support herself?
I did. I didn't hear that myself. I just heard that through y'all. I'm not calling y'all liars, but if she did that, that's crazy. But but this is what I was saying in the comments. She have to talk crazy. She have to talk crazy because she's a black woman in America. Here's the thing: boxing for women, we already know it's not too much for them to do. You know what I mean? She already been undisputed in like 3 weight classes, and she don't even got 20 fights. You know what I'm saying? So it's like for her to stay relevant, she got to talk crazy. You know what I'm saying? She can't just be a lady. She can't just be a fighter. She got to talk crazy. I'm the last one that agree with shit like that. But in the women's sport like this, I feel like you have to, because again, in today's time, being relevant is the main thing. If you can stay relevant, if you can make money through that shit, then you got to do it, because she not just taking care of herself. She got a family. You know what I'm saying? A big family, and people be wanting to really change their situation. So sometimes they do things, they do crazy shit to take care of their family. And we look at it and we be like, damn, she tripping. But at the same time, You know what I mean? From if we all be real about it, we know she come from tough beginnings. You know what I'm saying? So if you trying to make sure everybody right, shit, sometimes you gotta put it all on the line and do crazy shit. So shit. Some people actually walk in banks and stick them up. So I ain't too mad at her. And I'm gonna say
Yeah,
this one more thing.
yeah.
I'm
Go
gonna say
ahead.
this one more thing. And when I was up and coming in the amateurs, it was a girl by the name of her name was Sacred Downing, right?
Mhm.
I used to watch her beat guys up for real, like not no playing around shit. And they really be hold on, Chi, hold on. And they really was trying to get with her. They was really trying to jump on her, and she was sharp as shit. But at that time, female boxing wasn't popular. They didn't even have the Olympics for the female boxers. They had the nationals and all that. But they didn't have the Olympics. So she was only able to go to the nationals. But a hell of a fighter, great skills. She never got her recognition as a fighter because of those times. So fast forward now, let's say 20 years later, I mean, we at where we at, but it's still not there. So Claressa Shields gotta talk crazy. She got to.
So I get that she talk crazy, but I'm gonna throw two things back at you. Number one, AB
For
ain't talking
sure.
crazy, and she's still getting a lot of love. That's number one. Now I know why she is, but I'm just gonna throw it out there. But number two, the whole talking crazy about beating men. That like I don't all her talking crazy, bro. I don't really care about it. Like Claressa Shields want to
Yeah.
talk crazy, so be it. Like I think that is a part of appealing to the broader masses so that you can get eyeballs on you. Have no issue. But when you start talking about you'd outbox Keith Thurman, you'd beat up Rolly Romero, man,
Rolly.
they'd cook her within 3 rounds. Easy work. Oh, but you just threw your girl out there as an example. You think she can beat those guys?
Who? The girl I was talking about?
No, no, no. You think Claressa can beat a Rolly or a Keith Thurman?
No, no, this is what I think. You know how many females wish they could beat the shit out of a man?
For sure.
And there you go. Tickle your sales pitch right there. So it's not a female you can name. It's not a female you can name right now that could beat Claressa Shields. Not even in your neighborhood. You understand?
Yep, for sure.
So, all right, I gotta take it to the next level. You know what? I'll beat the shit out of one of these dudes. She gotta talk like that, bro. Cause if she don't talk like that, guess what? We don't watch her. We don't pay attention to her. We don't listen to her. You know what I'm saying? Now you mentioned Alicia Bumgarner, she be talking crazy too. Cause remember she was talking crazy too, Claressa. You know what I'm saying? She was trying to convince us that she could beat Claressa when we know she too small. You know what I'm saying? She too small right away. And now she got an op in Dubois, but we waiting on Dubois to do whatever she got to do for them to match up. It's not a lot for them to do though. Outside of that, it's not a lot going on. So it's like we got to take what we could get when it comes to the female boxing.
Who you got there? Dubois or AB?
I don't know. That's a tough matchup because what I realized about Dubois, that power running her blood. That shit is in her
Mhm.
blood, and she can fight. She got real honest skills. But Bumgarner she tough as they come, and she could box, and she mean too. She is mean. She will fight you. So right now, as of right now, it's a 50-50 for me.
Yeah, I like the matchup. I don't
That's
like
fair.
AB. I don't like AB saying that she. And maybe there's more money to be made there too. Again, I would just rather someone say, "Hey, look, this is a dangerous fight. It ain't enough money in it right now. This could be a big fight, but this fight needs to happen, and down the line." I can respect that because
Yeah,
I
Dubois.
understand again the structural economics of it. But don't sit up and tell me somebody doesn't deserve it because you this and you that and you this and you. I don't want to hear that, man. Because then you fight somebody else who's
Dubois
not
said she
even
didn't
as
want to
good
fight
as
yet.
them, and then it's fine. Say that again.
Dubois said she didn't want to fight next with AB neither after her
Not
last
next.
fight.
Not next, but come on, man. She want that smoke. She want AB.
Yeah, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen because that's a great
Yeah,
fight.
It is.
gotta
It's a
happen.
real good fight. It's a real good fight. Yeah, man. So who Boots gonna fight, man? If he don't fight Virgil, man.
I don't know, man. That's the biggest question right now. And I think Boots, me honestly, I think Boots is in a good spot because you got a bunch of champions getting ready to fight. and of course he gonna get a lick at one of them. You know what I mean? He gonna get a shot at one of them. So either you sit back or you
Did you
take
take
another
that?
stay busy fight,
Did you take
or
that
you
boost
chop,
from Charlo
or you
shit?
or you fight a challenger.
Oh,
Who that? Marty? Marty, what's up,
Oh, look
gang?
at my boy, man. What's going
yeah.
on, Marty?
Salute. What's up, Greg? Both Gregs. I got both my guys on here.
What's
Coach
up,
Hackett,
Manager
Finally,
Marty?
Greg,
manager
Jason. What's
Marty
up, guys? How
Martin
y'all
on the
doing, man?
platform with your boy.
Chilling, man. How you doing, man? I haven't seen you in a while.
I'm outside now. I'm good. 2026. We here. I'm here. I'm good though. What's up?
What's chilling, man? We just sitting up here talking about your boy Boots.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Seeing we thinking about who he gonna fight next.
Should be Vergil Ortiz, man. Yeah.
Should be.
Yeah.
Should be.
I just want to say something about that. I don't know if Greg spoke on this. I just got up here, but I'm gonna need everybody that said Boots ducked Ortiz last February. You know when Boots told Eddie Hearn, he said, "Look, I don't mind fighting Vergil Ortiz, but the time is not right. I want to be undisputed and unified in the welterweight division." You know, and people were saying, "Oh, he's ducking because Turkey wanted him to go over to Saudi Arabia after he just did a great performance and big numbers at home in Philly." Everybody wanted him to jump on the bandwagon and move up so early and prematurely in the 154 pound division before unifying the belts. And I told people, I actually went on Greg Hackett's platform, and I told people, just like Terrence Crawford wanted to move up and unify the titles with Spence, just like Spence wanted to be undisputed and unify all the titles, how come when it comes to Boots wanting to do the same thing in the same division, it's a problem? So I'm just going to need, you know, people that said that he ducked Vergil Ortiz last year. I'm gonna need the people to say, yo, we was wrong on that. Like, Boots didn't duck Ortiz just because he didn't want to go through the whole process with Turkey prematurely. You know what I mean? Because his whole thing was he wanted to unify the welterweight division. So
You got somebody else that joined us paid in full. I think that's what you're saying. I think what you're saying, Marty, is fair. I was one of the people that was leaning towards, because there just had been too many incidents with Boots and negotiations that didn't make sense and didn't go right. But
yeah,
clearly, to me, in this situation, you know, I don't think Vergil Ortiz and I don't think Vergil and Oscar believed that he was going to actually show up. And when he did and got in the ring, then I think they weren't expecting it, unfortunately.
he mentioned something about Errol Spence after that. Do
Yep.
y'all recall that?
He wanted
Yeah.
Like
Spence
right
to
after
fight.
Boots left out the ring, he was talking about Spence. I was like, man. I mean, I think that would have been a good fight at that time back then, but now, and I love Errol Spence, but not
Spence
now.
called him Vergil. I have a dream Ortiz.
Say that again.
Two Cents called him Vergil. I have a dream Ortiz. After that, because his
Hey, man,
dream
look.
fight is Errol.
Hey man, look, 2 Cent my girl, but she a hater. 2 Cent a hater. I just want to put that out there. She got to start hating Virgil, man.
Yo, who that on the, that sound like that's banned up on the phone?
Yeah,
on the
that's
line?
Banned Up.
You know
that's
it
bad.
is, Uncle Marty Mar. You know it is.
What's up, Banned Up? Good to hear from you, brother.
Salute, man. How you doing?
Man, we got an all-star cast up here now, man. Hey, Greg, can I ask you something, Greg? This from my man Hack. Here's the thing. Brian, I know y'all probably won't even talk about it, but Brian Norman Jr., he fired his dad as his head trainer. I did see the report where his dad did a video or some kind of interview where he said he has no interest in being on his corner at all anymore. Obviously, because he would have to play, his words not mine, second. And you know, as a father and a trainer, he don't want to play second to another coach or another trainer. And from a training aspect of it, you know, it's really hard for a son to fire their dad, and we've seen this happen in boxing a lot of times where the fighter fire their dad, right? Sugar Shane Mosley did it, Roy Jones did it, Floyd Mayweather Jr. did it. I mean, we've seen this time and time again, but this one is a little different because those three fathers wasn't so hands-on with the media compared to a Brian Norman Sr. So from a training aspect, I want to know what Greg Hackett's perspective was from a trainer's perspective, where the fighter saying, hey, I want to go into a different direction. Does that help the fighter when they say, you know what, I'm gonna go to a different trainer and see how this works out for me? Because it was literally 60 days or a little bit under 90 days, I would say. He fired his dad literally under 90 days of that fight, of him losing to Devin Haney. So from a trainer's perspective, I wonder what Greg Hackett's perspective is, since he is a good trainer. What's your perspective on that from a trainer's perspective, Greg?
I think the issue was Brian Norman Jr. He saw the inexperience that his father had on that level of boxing. At that point, when you fighting the Devin Haney, it's time to go to another level for everybody, not just for Junior. And his father carried on YouTube every day, talking about the fight every day, just talking about the fight, talking about other fighters, which that let us know he wasn't focused on the fight. All that time he was spending, he should have been watching tape. He should have been focusing in the gym. He should have been watching his dog, paying attention to what he need to work on. But basically, he thought, what he does is enough, and everything he saw in camp was enough, and he didn't need to make any adjustments. And at that level, you always have to make adjustments. So I think Junior making the move is just simply because he really saw and felt that he was inexperienced when it came to that level. And it was only because of his father, because that's who got him there. Now, you got me to the door, but when they opened the door, you turned around on me. That I imagine that being the feeling.
No, I agree with that, and I think that majority of the I just think it wasn't his. It wasn't. He had a right game plan in order, and like Greg said, you do got to make adjustments at that level. But I think that he could have brought somebody in along with that camp to help his dad out as well. Yeah, I just don't think his dad was able to, because his dad wasn't able to fight at that level before, so it's kind of hard for him to and I think that's more so his ego playing into that, bro, because at the end of the day, why wouldn't you want to still be in your son's corner regardless of the situation? Because you got fired, bro, it's still a learning process, bro. You don't know who you might be coming, you don't know who coming to that gym. You could probably be helping them as well get to that level.
So just some information on that. Just some information on that to give fair and balanced context. I would tell you, just based off, because I actually shared a number of different text messages with Senior. And just for clarity, Senior said if Junior really did want him in the corner, he would be there. That's number one. And then number two, he has no desire to train anyone else. So he doesn't care about somebody else walking in the gym to train them. That's not where his mind is. He's in the game to support his son. And so that's where he will remain.
Yeah, that makes sense. Now, for clarity purposes, right? The reason why I asked Greg Hackett that question is because a lot of people can underestimate Greg. And I'm not saying that they do, and I'm not saying that they don't. But Greg has a lot of experience, especially transitioning as a trainer from the amateur program to the pros. And so if you look at somebody like a Brian Norman Sr., he's one of them coaches that brought his son up from the amateurs, right, as a coach, and transitioned into the pros. So Greg Hackett has a lot of experience with the transition from being a coach in the amateurs, USA Boxing, and then transitioning to the pros as a trainer. And it could be a tough transition, and some people don't know how to recover or even learn that there's levels to coming into the transition from the amateur rankings to the pros as a trainer, just like it is for the fighter, just like it is for someone like me, who's being trained and certified as a referee and a judge from the amateur program and then transition into the pros. It's a process and there's levels to it. And so Greg has that experience transitioning from the USA Boxing as an amateur coach and then transitioning as a trainer. And I'm not saying Brian Norman Sr. didn't do a good job. I'm just saying that it's a tough, everybody don't know how to bridge the gap between coming from the amateur program as a coach and then transitioning into the professional rankings?
I got a quick
Yeah.
question though. Hey, Greg, for Devin Haney, for when he won that fight, who would you say gave him the confidence to build up to win that fight?
Well, I've been trying to explain to people what kind of dog Devin Haney is. If you think about it for a second, Devin Haney grew up in boxing, so he almost
True.
like a robot. He only going to do what he told to do. As far as courage and heart, that's not to be questioned because he only know how to fight. He don't know nothing else. Devin Haney wasn't like a basketball guy that transitioned to boxing, or a football player. He's been boxing since he was about 9 years old, 8 or 9 years old. So I think the adjustment just was his father realizing I got to get him back believing in his boxing ability. And he brought back Mickey Bay and he brought in Coach Farad. And
That's yeah.
and I think that's where we saw Devin Haney go back to Devin Haney because you're not a fighter, you're a boxer. So go in there and box. And I think that just was the difference. His father brought Mickey Bay, to just getting back to
Yeah.
that mode.
That's what I was. Yeah, that's pretty much what I was getting at. I think Mickey Bay, along with the other guys, what made Devin make the necessary adjustments in that fight and to cruise to the victory. I mean, despite it was a lot of clinching and shit in that fight, after the second round, I think it kind of went downhill as far as excitement. But obviously, he did what he had to do to get the victory, and that's what matters the most.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think there's a. I always believe that you should always bring in different pair of eyes in any process
Yeah.
situation because a layman can come in and see something that you don't, being an expert, because they don't know what is a good question and what is a bad question. So they may ask a very poignant question that leads you to seeing something in a different way. So I'm not against bringing somebody into camp. I can see someone making the argument for him maybe moving to a different, trainer, just because, again, that transition that you're speaking to, Marty, that can be real. I just hate to see it, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I just
Yeah.
I hate to
Yeah.
see the breakup. That sucks,
Yeah.
and that's the part that's yeah, that I just it sucks.
Yeah, it definitely sucks, especially when the father was there from day one and
Mm.
brought the son all the way up. It's hard to bring a world champion up from the ground up. I know it's easy for us to look at the high level and high price boxing trainers, but when you bring a fighter up from the ground up, it's hard to do that, and it's also hard to duplicate that. So a lot of fighters will see someone like a Vergil Hunter who brought up Andre Ward from the ground up, or they'll see a trainer like Bomac who brought Terrence Crawford up from the ground up, and they'll think it's so easy for that to be duplicated again. So of course their phone will ring, but it's hard to bring up a world champion from the ground up like that. And so take nothing away from Senior. He brought his son all the way up, right, from the ground up, and his son became a world champion. That's actually a great accomplishment. Whether he brings his father back or not, they both have something to be proud of in this sport. And Junior and Senior both have made a great contribution to the sport of boxing. We need more father and son tandems. But I think because of, like Greg said, Senior was on social media very, very often. And so, of course, he's going to get all the backlash because his face was on the camera. But like I told Senior through my videos, I thought that he should not be on the camera as much, especially during his training camp, because this was a 50-50 fight. And I also said that I believe that both Senior and Junior underestimated Devin because they went in there saying on every piece of content you will see them on, they kept saying, "We going for the knockout. We gonna put Devin to sleep. We gonna pack our bags and go home." And it wasn't that easy. And Devin Haney, we all was waiting to see how he was going to respond after the beating that he took physically in the fight with Ryan Garcia. And then, of course, we saw how he responded with Ramirez, where he only, threw or landed like 79 punches. So the jury was still out on Devin Haney and how well he was going to perform. But like Greg said, when it comes to heart, talent, and skill, there is no question Devin Haney has all three. We just don't know how he was going to respond getting in there with a big puncher. But he neutralized that. Second round, he knocks Junior down. And even Junior said on Cigar Talk that after round 3, he didn't say the words quit, but he said he had to find out what else to do, and he was just going to just let it ride. So mentally, that let me know that knockdown that hurt him, it put a stop to some of the things that he thought he was going to be able to do so easily, because Devin Haney has a good jab, and we want to see both of these fighters excel. I know I do. I don't think this is the last of Junior. I know there's some other progressions of growth that he have to go through, and I think he will. I don't know if Derek James is a right trainer for him or not. That remains to be seen. But I got good hopes for Junior. He'll recover. He's a solid guy, personality wise, and I think that he'll make the right decision. And I think he's going to be fine. I think he'll be fine. And in that goes to show us that, and this is no knock on Junior, but I have to bring this up, that the people, including his dad, that kept saying that he was going to knock Boots out and that Boots was ducking him, you got to come back and say, so that fight might, and guess what? That might have been a blessing in disguise for Junior, because that fight might have been too progressive for him, because Boots is kind of skill-wise levels above him. And so maybe he have to get more experience under his belt in the pro rankings with certain styles so that he can be able to neutralize a boxer puncher such as a Devin Haney moving forward. I got high hopes for the young man. I think he's going to do good moving forward, and I hope he does.
How Devin match up with Boots?
Huh?
How Devin match up with Boots? They were talking about fighting at one point. How does Devin match up with Boots?
That'll be
Get
a good
destroyed.
fight.
Man, hell no.
That'll be a good fight while it lasts. But I think that Boots is too. I think Boots is too naturally skilled than Devin, because he has more tools in his toolbox, more than Devin Haney. And I don't think that when Boots put on the attack on Devin, he won't have enough to keep Boots off him. Because one thing that people don't give Boots credit for, that most people don't do when they fight Devin Haney, is attack the body consistently. So I think Devin will get worn down from Boots. I don't think that's a good matchup for Devin, but I do think it's a good fight, name recognition wise, putting them guys against each other at 147. But I don't think that fight will go the whole distance, in my personal opinion.
I don't think he beating him by not landing 79 punches. I highly doubt it.
Yeah, go ahead, Bando. What you got to say?
That's not a good style matchup.
Hold on, what you got to say, Bando?
The style of a Boots, of a type of dude like Boots. Now, I know there's differences, you know what I mean? And not everybody gets this, but I've heard a lot of comparisons between the Boots and the Terrence Crawford, right? Watch this. There's a video out that I've seen, and I forgot who Terrence was training for or whatever, and Devin and his dad showed up, right? And he's talking shit. He's talking about he'll beat everybody up, this, that, and the other. He said, man, I'm about to have my son fight. He said, my son beat everybody up, but I'm keeping him away from one guy. And then Terrence walked up. He said, yeah, I'm keeping him away from you. So if your dad is telling you that you can't even fuck with a dude like Terrence, and so many people want to say that Terrence and Boots are very similar, what makes you think that you can handle a style of Boots that is younger, hungrier, and not willing to, and has lost less rounds in his career than Terrence?
I think, this is my opinion, I think Boots shows more holes than Crawford has shown, and that's the reason why they may be more willing to fight Boots. But I actually think Boots is probably more explosive than Crawford, actually.
What do you mean by holes, though, Greg?
I mean, Boots, and this is my opinion. This is why people say I hate Boots, but I don't. I really like Boots. But in my opinion, Boots get hits with stuff that I'm like, it's not that, because it's a fight. You're going to get hit. I understand that. But sometimes Boots get hit with stuff, and it's like, dude, your hand is not even there. You know, and it's all like you just get caught flush. And I'm like, why is that happening? And when I pointed that out when he was at the lower competition, they said, well, when he goes up in competition, you won't see that no more. He's just playing with these guys. Okay, now he's fought guys that are, better competition, and I'm still seeing some of the same stuff. So I think because of that, people feel like there's more holes. And then we just saw with Karen Chukazian where he struggled with the movement. And so Devin is a mover. Maybe Devin feels that he can pull off the same thing. He's better than Chukazian. So that is
But
that's the reason.
but that's kind of like that's kind of like a hypothetical to say Karen is kind of better than Devin is better than Karen from the simple fact only fighter from America, black fighter that he has fought was Boots. So that's kind of like a hard statement to make, especially when we haven't seen him fight none of the other champions
So let me
at
clarify.
147.
So let me clarify. Devin Haney has better feet than Chukazian. So if Chukazian can give him problems with his feet, Devin can absolutely do the same.
I don't know, bro.
But hold up, but Greg, I know a lot of people sleep on this kid. He's a good fighter, though. I'm talking about the Karen.
Chukazian. Yeah, I'm not saying that he's
Yo,
not.
yo, he's a good fighter. He's nothing to sneeze at. He's a good fighter, man.
I'm not knocking that, but all I'm saying is that I'm parsing out one aspect of his game that he showed us, which was movement. And Devin, we know, is an excellent mover. He has excellent movement in the ring. So I'm saying if this guy that we know we didn't even know him for movement until the fight against Boots, versus a guy that we know has good feet and uses his feet well in the ring to avoid interactions, then why would we say that this guy wouldn't have the ability to cause some challenges to Boots? That all I'm saying is that's what Devin is probably seeing and saying, hey, I could win this. Versus like Shakur. Why do you think Shakur is going into the ring with Tio right now? Because he's already seen Shakur or Tio in the ring with that type of style, and he knows he's going to struggle with it. So that's what Devin is probably doing. They're scouting. That's it. And I think he still loses.
I had to see them in the ring together for me to be able to gauge that argument.
But all I'm saying is that there's a reason why Devin was willing to face Boots, but they were saying that they wouldn't mess with Crawford at all. It is because they've seen a style that gives Boots problems, and they haven't seen that in Crawford.
I have another theory on that too. But
another thing was that them shots that Boots was getting caught with wasn't really phasing him when he wasn't getting hurt with those shots.
That's fine. What happens when somebody land one that does phase him?
And that's where the Charlo comparison comes in, because Charlo's really going to have. That's what I said in that fight. I do take Boots still. I think Charlo's going to test his damn chin. I take Boots too. I'm going to tell you that.
I take Boots too. All I'm saying is that people want us, and well, Jason's he's a nut hugger, so yeah, he's already over there. But people want me.
Fuck you.
How about that? People want me to accept Boots as being this next coming, and almost like he's flawless, and none of these guys can fuck with him at all. And I'm saying it's not true. He may be that, but he's demonstrated some things that I think some fighters feel comfortable that they could exploit. Not Vergil, apparently. Vergil don't think he can exploit.
He's just a hater.
I'm a hater.
You're an Ortiz fan.
All right, man.
Hold on, Greg. I have to ask you this. You think, and I'm just asking, do you think that Vergil Ortiz Jr. can dominate or beat Boots?
No, unfortunately.
Oh, okay.
I think he has a chance, though. I mean, he's a fighter. He's a fighter. So, I mean, he's a hell of a fighter. He's a good fighter. So I think
Jason said you ain't say that 5 months ago, though. That's what Jason said.
Oh yeah.
You had Ortiz.
Hey, Manager Marty.
You had Ortiz winning.
Hey, look, with new information comes a new outcome, right?
I respect that. I respect that.
Yeah.
I have new information.
No. Hold up. Hit him with it. Everything in boxing is subject to change.
There you go. I have with new information. I have a new perspective. Greg Hackett, what you think about Boots matching up with Devin?
I think Devin physically is too small. I think he does have the footwork to cause a little trouble, but him being so much smaller, I don't think he really could keep Boots off him for too long. And then once, like Marty said, if Boots going to definitely go to your body. And I mean, I don't know how he handles it. I don't know. I listen. People say I'm biased when it comes to Boots, and I'm the first one to admit I am biased, but it's because the things I've seen him do. It's the things I've seen him do, and it's the lifestyle he lives. So I just don't think Devin Haney can hang in the later rounds after 6, 7 rounds. I don't think he can hang anymore. I think it get very, nasty in there.
Let me tell you why. I think Devin
How
loses,
about this
but it's
though?
for a different reason. I think Devin loses because Devin, I think the reason why he had issues with Ryan is because Ryan could hit him from range. And I think any fighter that can hit him from range, specifically those who have power, that he just can't use his size and his range to dictate terms of the fight, I think he's gonna have a problem with it. And I think Boots is the same. I mean, Boots has a recognizable name that if he just keeps running, there's going to be an issue. So at some point, you're going to have to stand your ground. When you stand your ground, Boots is going to be able to hit you from range because he has a 74-inch reach, which means he has a longer reach than Devin. And so once they get into range, it's going to be danger for Devin the entire fight, which means he's not going to punch, which means he's going to lose.
What about Devin versus Karan Chukazian? What about that fight? What about that matchup?
Styles make fights.
That's a good fight, man.
Look. With a fighter that has the skill set of like not even just specifically Boots. You can take type of Benavidez at this point. With those type of fighters, you have to beat them at their own game, be able to take the punches that they're coming with because they're not going to stop swinging. And your punches have to matter to them. If they can't get no respect off you, and whether you say Boots is opening up for them openings or not, and he's not gonna respect it, then bruh, you're gonna have to take what he's giving you. He's going to take what he's giving you and have to try to survive that or outdo that. And it's very hard to do. You know what I mean? As we've been seeing with these fighters, it's very hard to do. Even with David. David takes some shots too. David Benavidez takes some punches. Even took some from Yardy, a few from Yardy early on. But nonetheless, he don't care. It's like, I'm going to impose my will. And that's what you got to do. You got to, like, Manager Marty always say, you got to get beat up or you get beat down. And it's about the fighter that's willing not to get beat down.
Look, man, don't compare Boots to no David Benavidez. Like, we black fighter. Black fighter. We don't believe in getting hit. It's the art of hitting and not getting hit.
Okay, Shakur.
No, I'm just saying we don't do all that Mexican tough guy shit. It's just two different things.
Do you think Shakur will do that fight in T.O.?
Hell no. Yes. He ain't going to fight like
you think he's going because he forced Zepeda. He stood in the pocket with that guy. I'm not definitely saying that T.O. throws as much punches as Zepeda, but we talked about the skill set. And you talk about, we don't just run in and take punches. Is T.O. a threat? If you're talking about that type of style, Greg.
Yeah, yes.
Is he a threat to Shakur in that type of style that you're talking about?
Yes, if Shakur stands his ground, he's absolutely a threat.
Shakur said he ain't doing that shit no more.
Yeah, if Shakur.
I don't know, man. I don't know which T.O. going to show up. I think Shakur got it.
That's the issue.
I don't know, man. I don't know which T.O. I'm not sure.
He not.
T.O. show up, 2 show up, 3 show up. T.O. female, whatever the hell you want to call it. I don't care. He gonna lose, bro. I got Shakur all damn day. I done seen this man get dropped twice by Sanho Martin and still end up winning the fight so damn hell. I don't give a damn, bro. T.O. losing this fight.
Yeah, he gonna lose, man. I can't. There's nothing. I've just seen too much of T.O. with guys like that. I can't see it, Marty. I can't see him.
Yeah.
Shakur's taking this fight for
T.O. got to land something. T.O. got to land something big early. If he lands something big early and apply the pressure, the entire fight, not up until the 7th, 8th round, the entire fight, he could pull it off, but it's just tough to see.
But I haven't seen him do that, Hack.
No. It's listen. I got robbed one night, right? One night when I was about 23 years old, I got robbed. I was walking down Germantown Ave late night, like 1 in the morning.
Ooh, you
You know
know
what I
better
mean?
than that, Greg.
I was on a mission. You know what I mean? And I got robbed, right?
Coochie
And I
must
was
have been
talking to the
involved.
robbers. I was talking to the robbers like I'm talking to y'all. I didn't think I would be that composed getting robbed. You never know what you're gonna do until you're in that situation. That's
That's
all I'm
true.
saying.
Hey, Greg, I gotta ask you, man. Coochie must have been involved.
You said it, not me.
Hey, listen, I I
Best
I
answer.
know where Germantown Ave is, and I'm very familiar with it. Everybody knows I'm from Philly,
I,
and you ain't traveling no Germantown Ave at no 1 o'clock in the morning if you ain't robbing nobody or getting something from some girl. So
I know
I confirm.
that's what I'm saying. At 23 years old, there was a lot of things that I would risk for some ass.
That age,
So
yeah.
And look, when Hack was 23, it wasn't an Uber or Lyft, so it must have been something meaningful.
yeah, 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 yeah. Nah, man. I don't see it happening, man. So it'll be it could actually, and I was excited about the fight, Marty, Greg, but it could actually be a snoozer. It could absolutely be a snoozer. Depending on what Shakur shows up, it could be an absolute snoozer. And I hate it because I like the names. I think Shakur is taking the fight because stylistically he matches up very well. Not that Shakur is
Mm-hmm.
a scary guy or he's scared of
Mm-hmm.
certain types of fighters, but I just think he knows the style matches up well with him. But so if he just starts to get on his bike, T.O. gonna get frustrated like we saw against Jermaine Ortiz or Sandor Martin,
Mm-hmm.
and then
Mm-hmm.
same kind of fight.
Hey, Marty,
Hmm.
did you hear earlier when Greg was playing it and Shakur said he was better than Ali and Bud?
Say that again.
He was saying they were doing like say something when you hear a fighter better than you, and they said Terrence Crawford and they said Ali, and he said he was better than both of them.
Who said that?
Shakur.
Shakur.
Said he was better than Terrence Crawford and Ali?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I like Shakur, but he not better than Terrence Crawford and Ali though. I like Shakur though, but he not better than them two guys.
Yeah, he's good,
Nah.
but he tripping, man.
He said he was better than Ray
No,
Robinson. I heard him say that some time ago.
Yeah. He also said Tyson Fury was better than Muhammad Ali.
I like Tyson Fury. He not better than Muhammad Ali though.
See, we gotta stop pretending that Shakur is black, man. He's not black. we gotta stop.
He said he reaching that Puerto Rican
I
side.
don't know what he keeps. Bro. The fact that we even saying if this is gonna be a snooze, I don't know what the hell you think he's gonna do in a ring with Bud. Like this nigga crazy, dog. And Ali way too damn big. I don't know what he thought he was gonna do with him either. But man, even bro, like, come on now, man. He gonna have you in there looking crazy.
So quick question, Greg, Jason, Hack, and Band Up. So what happens if Shakur wins? What's next for T.O., in your opinion? Like if T.O. loses, which everybody's saying he most likely will, what happens next for T.O.?
He's going
At
up to
140.
47. He's going up to 47.
Yep.
That's my thought.
If I was Tiafimo and I lost to Shakur, to keep my name relevant, I would try to fight Devin Haney.
T.O. after a loss to Shakur?
Yeah, why not? Everybody different.
Oh, that's true.
And he gonna learn something that night with Shakur.
Yeah.
They both gonna learn something about themselves that night.
I do agree with that. Totally with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, 47 or it will say he might fight Africa at 140.
Oh, Hitchens?
Yeah. That could be
That'll
a fight.
be a good
for him.
fight. That's a good fight. But I don't think he
Well, for who? Shakur, or you want to see Hitchens against Shakur or against T.O.?
T.O.
For T.O. If T.O. lose, that'd be a fight for him.
I mean, on the flip side of this, what does Shakur do after he wins?
He goes back to 35.
Oh, you don't think he's gonna stay at 40, Greg?
No. I think Shakur is looking for favorable matchups.
He ain't gonna find him at 35. You got Keyshawn going up to 40. Every Hitchens is at 40. The 140-pound division is starting to get stacked right now.
Yeah, I
I
know.
just don't see Shakur going back down to 35.
I think he's going right back down to 35. I think he's only going up to 40 because T.O. represents a big money fight. That's a favorable matchup that he can have.
Mhm.
A nice name on his resume. I think he's gonna go right back down to 35 and stay there until he finds the next favorable matchup.
Now he'll go to
I
Conor
think-
Ben. Like it will say, he'll go to 47 and fight Conor Ben with a rehydration clause.
Yeah, that's true. I
Shit,
forgot
Conor
about
Ben too big for that kid. Man. Conor Ben's a big guy, man.
Oh no, man. He'll box. He'll box.
He
Conor
lacks
Ben ears
skills though.
off.
Hey, let me
Eddie
get my
Hearn
man
gonna
right quick,
save
Greg.
Conor Ben. He's
Hey,
saving him
hold
for
on.
somebody.
Let me get my man in real quick, man. What's going on with your family?
Hey, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on, panel? Let me say this, man. I got a question. I got a question for Greg if he's still up here. But this first thing, when y'all say that about T.O., T.O. is one of the top guys in the business. To act like it's this a cherry pick favorable match, then why Tank just didn't fight T.O.?
Come on,
You
we
got
gotta
to
start
kind of
doing
get
this.
this thing in perspective. This is a very good fight that I think T.O. has a chance. I think we'll put it like this. I favor Shakur, but I think the odds are too wide. Like, I think they're too wide in Shakur's favor. I don't think it's that much of an easier fight. But either way it go, it's a top guy. And we acting like a top guy, just a favorable matchup. I don't really believe that.
We got to stop doing that.
Is Greg still on the panel?
Yeah.
Yeah, hack there.
All right, I got a question. Okay, so from a trainer perspective, right? Because I heard. I think Greg said they might got this Shakur fight might got a chance to be a snooze fest. From a trainer perspective, are you training fighters to win a fight, or are you training them to be exciting? And what makes an exciting fighter? Because to me, sometimes exciting fighters is fighters that violate the fundamentals and make it work. You see what I'm saying? They're really doing what they shouldn't be doing, but they make it work. So as a trainer, are you training the fighter to win or to be exciting, or can you train a fighter to be exciting?
I'm always say this. It depends on what you're dealing with. You know what I mean? We forget sometimes. Fighters do what they want. They listen to a certain extent, but they're gonna get in there and do what they want. Me myself, I'm trying to get a win. So if the win is you got to bite down on your mouthpiece and go get a knockout, that's what it is. Or if the win is you staying behind your jab and keep scoring from arm's length, then I'm with that too. And as far as the exciting fighter, I think an exciting fighter is just a guy who pushes the pace, a guy who's trying to make the fight happen. I think that's an exciting fighter.
Okay. Yeah, I just wanted from a trainer's perspective. Because as people on YouTube, we kind of look at guys as this guy is exciting, we don't like this style, or we don't like this style. But if boxing is a sport, I want to know who the fucking best is. I don't care about how the style is, because you would, if a person is an exciting fight, I'm a promoter, I got a knockout guy, just put him in there with a bunch of duds and let him knock out and sell out fights. That's not a sport to me, personally. I want to know who the best. I don't want to see 3-4 guys in one division and all of them got O's and they ain't fighting each other. That's what this era of boxing then came to, and I think that's the problem with it, that everybody taking their ball and going home or going the other way. And we call a popular fighter a guy who can carry a fight versus two of the best guys getting there and competing to see who's the best.
Yeah, boxing is still a business though, fam.
Well, that's where you coming down my lane at. When you talk about management, when you talk about promotion, it's a business too. Thank you for that, Greg. Because, I mean, look, a lot of people don't put a lot of stock in this, but longevity is the key in this sport. I mean, if you got a guy who you're trying to bring up, putting all his money behind him, and he's been in there his first 12 fights, as you call it, I'm going to use your term, whoever the call is, duds, right? Making him look impressive, but he's also still learning on the job as well. Now, you might not think the guy's learning anything because he's just going in there and knocking people out, but trust me, he's learning on the job. It's an everyday thing. The problem becomes when it's time to step up to the next level. We still have to be strategic on who we get this fighter in there with, so that, yes, he's still learning on the job, but we can't lose no money either on the back end because it's all about building a fighter. It takes a lot of time and resources to build a world champion in this business. So yes, at some point, some fighters do stay in the same division to be undefeated. And then there are other times where they're going to have to fight each other. It might not be in the timing of the fans, but it's a business at the end of the day because longevity in this sport is the key. Once that fighter loses, a lot of things happen subsequently following, including sponsorship, exposure, because especially here in America, our American fan base is totally different from the fans in the UK and Mexico, right? We are, what have you done for me lately? Especially if you compare our fan base to, let's say, the Mexican community, man, you can be 3 wins and 23 losses. If you win, they're going to give you a parade out there and they're going to fill all the stadium up, no matter who you're fighting. But here in America, we like, who's the next top guy? Oh, he lost, get him in the back of the line and we need to see somebody new. And because of that mentality that we have as a fan base collectively, the manager and promoter have to work 10 times harder now to still make an appeal to you to buy into the image that we're trying to portray, but at the same time, bring in that longevity. Because once you get your guy in there with somebody that's more talented and the risk is much more greater for him to lose, especially lose in dramatic fashion, some fighters don't recover after a loss, man. They just don't recover. And it's hard to see. Like, for a great example, Errol Spence, and I'm not putting him on the spot, but I'm just saying, just look at the dynamics of him fighting someone like a Terrence Crawford. Neither one of those two guys really had enough fights to be in there with someone on the same talent level of each other. But when they got in there with each other, some, like Band Up said it, and he quoted me when he said it, some fighters get beat up and some fighters get beat down. And when the fighters get beat down emotionally and mentally, sometimes it's hard for them to recover. Look at how much money the promotion and the manager had to put into a fighter like that over the course of 5, 6, 7, 8 years, only for them basically not to fight no more. That it gets like that sometimes. So I just wanted to put the business aspect in it too, so the fan base can understand that it's all strategic on how managers and promoters move these fighters.
And here's something I want to add on top of that, because I want to piggyback off of that because of the comment that you made to Mr. Too Rich. Just because a fighter has a name does not mean that that fighter stylistically matches up very well with that other fighter, right? Tio is one of the best fighters in the division, yes. But there is a reason why there's so many promoters and managers that have these matchmakers, right, Marty? These matchmakers, they spend a ton of money on matchmakers.
Absolutely.
Matchmakers exist for a reason, and that is to put your fighter in favorable positions. So even when you get to a certain spot, it's like, how does this fighter match up with this fighter? Shakur, and the way he, if I put it to you like this, if Sandor Martin and Jermaine Ortiz fights never existed, and we had never seen Tio in the ring with somebody with that style, I don't think you have Shakur jumping to get into the ring with Tio. He's seen where the Achilles heel is, and it's exactly his style. That's it, bro. And there's nothing wrong with admitting that.
It's like the promoter is the pizza delivery guy, but the one who put the dough together, put the sauce on it, made it, sprinkled the cheese on it, heated up. The chef, you don't see the chef. The chef is in the back, but the promoter's delivering the pizza. And the reason why I'm saying that is because it puts it into context of the matchmakers being the lifeblood of the promotion. I mean, they're the ones behind the scenes putting the strategic pieces together to build the promotion, but at the same time, build the fighter under the guidance of the promoter. So it's all about being strategic. Look at Mike Tyson. That man was fighting 2, 3 times, sometimes 4 times a year, going through people within a 2-year time span. And guess what? He accomplished the goal. But when he got in there with somebody in February of 1990, Tokyo, Japan, oh, listen, and he ain't been the same since. So it's all about how we move these fighters. It's a business. It's so much money that the manager has to spend. And that's why I know what's going on with that manager and how he's doing things with Vergil Ortiz and the whole Boots thing with Oscar. It's a business. They know that if they put all this money behind this kid, he's got to deliver. And if he does not deliver, the whole promotion can come down, especially when you have somebody like an Oscar De La Hoya and Golden Boy who don't have a network to guarantee a check for this guy. So when I say guarantee a check, the networks like Netflix, Amazon Prime, DAZN, they are the de facto promoters. Just to let you audience members know that they're the ones that's putting the check in front of the promoter, and then the promoter is the one behind the scenes allocating the funds, like Turkey Al Sheikh. They're not the ones that's paying the fighters directly. The check goes to the promoter. So at the end of the day, the promoter is making sure he or her saves their business, protect their interest, build on their bottom line, and make sure that their fighter advances to the next level. It's hard, man. It's a hard hustle. Boxing is the hardest hustle in America, if you ask me.
I don't disagree.
Hey,
Well, man, go ahead, Mr. Rich, and then we're going to wrap up.
months ago, Greg, I said on your panel, I said the business of boxing stops more big fights than they make big fights, because of the same reason that y'all saying, the investment in the fighter. So
Yes,
this
sir.
is why I don't jump Judy when I see guys fight B-side fighters and win. I just don't, because I know you're not putting them in there with nobody, and the politics is in the game. But I watch guys, and I watch people on YouTube watching to be the guy that he's supposed to be, and then, cheer very loudly when, okay, let me give you an example, just to be transparent. I think Brian Norman facing Devin Haney and losing is a better fight than Boots versus Lima. I don't think it was nothing for Boots to learn from that fight. It was nothing to get better. It was nothing to really get better from. Whereas, yes, Norman lost, but he could get better from that. He's been in there with an elite fighter with educated punches. Nobody else at 147 is going to punch like Devin Haney. So it might slow things down for him with his future opponents. Whereas with Boots, we believe in the talent, and I favor him over Ortiz, so don't get it wrong. But what is Ortiz? He hasn't really been in there with the top level fighter himself. So sometimes I like to reserve judgment till I see them do it to a guy that we not quite sure if they could do it to. That don't mean you won't be favored, but somebody like everybody going crazy about the Ortiz fight. I get it, but I said a long time ago, these two guys don't have belts. Why are you gonna put on the biggest fight at 154 for no belts? I get it. Don't nobody care about belts these days, but I understand the business don't do that. They do not do that. So if that's not going to happen, who's next? I would like to see Ortiz fight Spence, and I would like to see Boots fight Charlo. I think those are respectable fights that they're both going to be favored in. But we'll teach them something. We'll give them experience. You see what I mean? It would give them experience with a top-level guys. You see what I mean?
Too Rich, it's been rumored that Spence is talking to Tim Zoo when it comes to that manner. I don't.
Yeah, I did hear that. I did hear that. I'm just making an example.
I don't know about Spence coming back off 3 years and fighting Vergil. Now, don't get me wrong. I think like Spence just keeping up and him staying active will beat the shit out of Vergil. You know what I mean? I think I would like that fight too. But as his first fight, I don't know. I don't know about the first fight. Second
but
fight,
nobody ever said something about what Spence want. What do Spence want? He might want the big payday.
And I said that on D's platform yesterday. Even though all these what I got backlash on Spence is why he's leaving his fans in such disarray like this. Like, we don't know if you're gonna come back. We don't know if you are gonna come back. Then you hop in the ring with Fedora, and see what that's about. You hopped in the ring. You use your own 2 feet to do that. Okay, so since then, if that fight fell through, what else is next after that? You know what I'm saying?
Well, to piggyback off of what Rich said, and I want to make sure it's two sides to this, right? So you said Boots and Lima, right? Well, that's the same thing about Brian Norman Jr. against Sasaki, right? So in that sense, you might say, well, they're not learning anything. But here's the thing. What we do as managers, we are strategic for a bigger outcome. So you might see a fighter get in there with somebody like, why is he in there with Lima? Or why is he in there with Sasaki? Well, it's to build up to get to that big fight, right? You go back in the history of boxing, you're not going to find one boxer that fought a killer every single fight, because the business is not designed for getting in there fighting top level competition at the top level. You got to have some give-me's to keep these fighters active. These guys are still humans. They're not robots. But at the same time, when they get in there, it's all about building up to a specific level. And at some point, it might not be to the fans' liking as far as timing wise or when you want to see it, but eventually it's definitely going to happen. Just got to wait a little bit because it's a business at the end of the day.
Mr. Two
But it's going to happen.
to fight. Mr. Tourist want everybody to fight the top fighter in every fight.
It's not going. That's not going to happen.
Hey, not every fight, but hey, at some point, man, you got to make. People want to say they want boxing to go back like it was. Those guys had two names in the ring, man. It wasn't one guy fighting a guy we don't know and he gonna get famous later. We gonna see how it aged. Well, what you mean? There's already guys out there that's aged already. Why are we waiting for a fighter to be the guy? And then when it aged, like for example, Tank beats what Brian Garcia, he beats Rolly, or whatever the case may be, and y'all say, well, the fights aged well. And now they're at 147, y'all say 147 the worst division in boxing. Which is it? Did it age well? Is it 147 the worst division in boxing? You see what I mean? So sometimes I just think at some point, I get it. If you're your own promoter, you're not going to put your guy at risk all the time. I understand that. But this is why I'm a fan of Zuffa coming, because I want guys to be forced to fight. And maybe I'm wrong for that. But I want guys to be forced to fight because I think that what saves the sport. Might not save the promoter, but it saves the sport. You see what I mean? The UFC came up because those top guys were fighting each other. You see what I mean? At some point,
yeah, but they doing 3 rounds in the UFC, and we talking 12 rounds of pure hitting in the head, hitting in the body. You can't do that every single. I mean, it's not the NFL. I mean, look, running backs take the biggest hits in the sport. And you don't see a lot of them after 3 years, right? So that's the same concept even in boxing.
True.
So they take a lot of punishment, man.
What big fights you gonna get at Zuffa right now? With the roster they got, what big fights are you gonna get?
I mean, look, fans are fickle, bro. Once they start putting the fights on, once they start putting them on, promotion does it all, man. It's just a matter of promotion. Why you think everybody cheer for the A-side fighters? They promote it. That's who promote it to you. So most fans just fall for promotion. So once Zuffa get out there promoting, it's gonna change the game. It might not be no big fights over there yet, but just to see whatever guys at the top fight each other and one of them lose, I value losing. Sometimes we don't. If you got 2 undefeated fighters, we know who the winners are. Who the fucking loser? Who loses the fight? Nobody wants to take that risk these days. Nobody's punch drunk these days. You see what I mean? You know, they ain't fighting each other. They not fighting the top competition. If we're going to say the sport, we got to let our workhorses do all the work. That's an old saying. You let your workhorses do the work. You see what I mean?
But Zuffa ain't going to put on those fights that we want to see either. They ain't got the roster, and they already said they're not going to cross over pretty much to the other sanctioning bodies. So they're pigeonholed to those certain fighters.
The format they got. That's all I'm saying. The format. We know they ain't quite ready yet, but I'm just saying the format of saying top guys will fight top guys, not choose who you want to fight. You know, I just don't agree with that. That's just me.
Well, we'll see. We'll see what
like,
they end up doing.
I'm not sugarcoating these guys like Shakur. Great boxer. I think he's way too good of a boxer to be fighting at 135. He got to go fight a Gary Antoine Russell before the odds start to shift a little bit. He got to fight somebody where people think they got a chance to beat him. And you telling me they don't even think T.O. got a chance to beat him. So I do think you're a skilled guy. Like, you got to give Devin credit. He went up there and fought the biggest puncher at 147. That's what you got to do. You got to go. If you're a skilled guy, a skilled boxer, because I always favor the boxer over the puncher, go seek out the biggest dangerous puncher and beat him. That's how you build your name up. But I get it. It's risky.
I get it, man. I don't think anything you're saying is wrong. I just think, you know, at some point, to the point that Marty was making, you got to actually protect your fighter, and you can't have a fighter in there fighting the biggest and baddest fighters in every single turn. And there's going to be business associated with boxing. I don't care if it's Zuffa, whoever. There has to be business associated with the sport. And if they're not taking the business into consideration, the sport won't be around, because at the end of the day, and I get it, man, you guys are these deep, passionate fans. Mr. Too Rich, you very passionate. I can hear it in your voice. You've been watching boxing at least since the 1950s. I can feel it in your soul. With that being said, it is still a business. It exists to operate as a business. The NBA exists to operate as a business. The NFL, the NHL, MLB, it is all a business. It's not about the purity of shit. It's a
Never.
business.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, well, let me say this last thing before I get out of here, man. Think about if football adapted boxing's mentality. That means the Dallas Cowboys would pick out all the games they want to play. They're the most profitable team in sports history. They'll put on their own little games. You see what I mean? And they just won't play nobody else. And they'll claim they're the best as long as they can pick out the opponents they want to play. You see what I mean? Football don't do that, even though they know they would make more money if Dallas Cowboys was in the Super Bowl. You see what I mean? But to protect the integrity of the sport, you gotta let the guys, you gotta have that tournament style play to see who's the best.
Rich, can I say something? I promise you.
I'll be in the chat. I'll be listening.
All right, man.
All right, look.
Peace.
I know they about to close, but I had to say this. The NFL, MLB, NBA, they all do adopt the concept of boxing. They all get money from the networks and get sponsorships from big money corporations. And guess what? All 5 of those sports that I just named, those organizations, they have one thing in common: entertainment value and money. So they might have a different method, but it's all about what Greg said. It's business. It's not for the purity. It's about entertainment. Yes, yes, yes. But that's what drives the dollars. It's all about money at the end of the day. All the sports.
Yeah,
100%.
and even with you up here, Manager Marty, I got to say, even with that, the Cowboys still wouldn't be in the Super Bowl. It's Seattle all day this year, and that's what we're going to talk about when it comes to the Super Bowl. You did?
No problem. You got that. I have no comment, brother.
All right, man. Well, we gonna wrap up this episode. I think we said we're gonna do an hour and a half. We almost at 3 hours. So, man,
thanks for having me, Greg and Jason. Thank y'all guys, man. Much love, always, man. Thank y'all.
Salute everybody on the platform. Salute, man. Manager Marty, I'm sorry I missed your live earlier, man. Wish I caught it.
All right, man. Band up. Peace.
Salute.
Appreciate y'all.
All right, man. That's the end of the show. We appreciate everybody, man. Smash the like button on the way out, and we will be back with content this upcoming week. Peace.
Later.